Here comes the 2-2 home. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Zach Iverson. This kid is ridiculous out there on the mound.
Zion Avery deep out into left center field. Back at the wall. You forget that. That is way out of here.
That ball is roped out into left field. It is deep, and it will get out of here for a homer. Daniel Cruz flips the bat. His second home run on the season.
Finds this one deep out into the outfield. Back at the wall. It is out of here. Grand slam, Sebastian Favik.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fall Green Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Bob Bren Stadium here in Athens, Ohio, on the campus of Ohio University, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads welcoming in the Xenia Scouts. Both teams tied at 4 in the division. Copperheads at 17 and 15, Xenia Scouts at 17 and 16. A game and a half back from first. That's just how close the Southern Division is this year. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. Connor Mills alongside Joey Medore. And Joey, the Copperheads, they fell 2 games to the Hamilton Joes, lost the season series 5-1 against the Joes. It's just been a rough time, but against the Scouts, 2-1.
Yeah, tough series. He's got hit around a little bit in games 2 and 3 against the Joes and didn't really have the pitching to hang in there, and the bats kind of went quiet in those last 2 games. You got Zach Iverson going on the mound tonight, and every time he's pitched this year, you've been in the game and have most likely won the game, as he's been arguably the best pitcher in the league this year. Leads the league in strikeouts. He's up there in the top 2 in ERA. So a very successful season for him, and you're still only just a game back of the team in first place coming into tonight. So,
yeah, only a game and a half back. Xenia Scouts, well, they took care of business against the Cincinnati Steam over the past couple games. Against the Scheme, the Scouts 3-4 victory, a 6-5 victory, and then a 4-1. So they swept the Cincinnati Steam, which really helped the rest of the division. But now it's all bunched up. Copperheads and Scouts tied at 4 in the Southern Division. 17 and 16 for the Scouts, 17 and 15 for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. National anthem will be performed by Michael Weiser. David Sharp will be throwing the first pitch. 82 degrees and sunny right here in Athens, Ohio. We'll be back after the national anthem and first pitch on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here in Bob Wren Stadium, Zach Iverson warming up on the mound, but Joe Medora will take you through the starting lineups for today's ball game.
Well, yeah, the second time these two teams square off this season. As for the Scouts, starting lineup will be Brett Williams at shortstop leading off, Logan Matson batting second at second base, Hunter Delanoy batting third in right field, batting cleanup at first base, Steven Saunders, Cody Cancors DHing batting fifth, Jackson Henderson in left field batting sixth, Brandon Wilson Jr. at third base batting seventh, Alan Goodwin behind the dish batting eighth, and Jared Eaton out in center field. Rounding out the order at ninth will be Lucas Nasanti in center field for the Copperheads leading off. Reese Trahey in right field batting second, Sebastian third. Birthday boy in this ball game batting DH. And batting third, batting cleanup at catcher, Tanner Johnson. Jared Hurd in left field batting fifth. Tanner Glass at first base batting sixth. Batting seventh at short is Phil Glasser. Batting eighth at third is Daniel Cruz, and batting ninth, getting his second start on the year, is Kyle Gammon. Will be Zach Iverson versus Garrett DeClue on the mound in this ball game.
Thank you, Joey, and we're moments away from first pitch here at Bob Wren Stadium. Copperheads tied with the Xenia Scouts in fourth place. Scouts 17-16, Copperheads 17-15. As Zach Iverson is ready for the windup, a stare into Johnson, as it's time for Copperheads baseball. Leading things off for the Xenia Scouts is Brett Williams, as the first pitch missed for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Williams on the season, a .317 batter, has 21 scored, 13 RBIs, 3 doubles, as the pitch is taken in for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike in the top of the first inning with no score. Zach Iverson on the mound, making his 7th start of the season, has a perfect 4-0 record. As a 1-1 pitch, Iverson swung on and foul tipped right back and hits the netting. Counts at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And he comes in the official leader in ERA in the league, as well as strikeouts, and tied for first in wins. So you could say Zach Iverson's been having a pretty solid season out there on the mound this year.
Yeah, Iverson, as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and flied out to center field. Ranging under, it's the center fielder Lucas Nasanti, who makes the catch in the first out here in today's ball game. They fly out to center field for Brett Williams. Out number 1 is Logan Matson will come to the plate. Zach Iverson, second in strikeouts on the season at 48. 53 would be the league leader. A couple strikeouts in today's game, and Iverson can get it as the first pitch is swung on and found straight back. 0-1 from Logan Matson. Matson batting .295, 33 hits and 112 at-bats. 25 runs scored and has hit in 22 RBIs as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. And now Zach Iverson's ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yep, nice little change up there. Took something off it, got him out in front of it to get up in the count 0-2. Now way ahead, see where he opts to go with this pitch after the off speed.
Iverson's 0-2 is a slow roller up the third base line, stays fair, barehanded by Daniel Cruz. The throw is in time. What a play, Daniel Cruz.
What a play is right, as that definitely looked like it was going to be a base hit down the line, but Cruz, knowing he didn't have too much time, goes with the bare hand on the hop, fields it cleanly. Strong throw over to first to get him. One of quite a few solid plays we've seen from Daniel Cruz out in the field this year.
So now 2 down, thanks to a tremendous defensive play from Daniel Cruz and Hunter Delanoy at the plate. Delanoy batting .291. 32 hits this season as he swings at the first pitch, but it's fouled off in the batter's box, 0-1. Quickly run through the defensive alignment for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. In left field is Jared Hurd, Lucas Nasanti in center, Reese Trahey in right. Daniel Cruz at third base, Phil Glasser at short, Kyle Gammon at second base, and Tanner Glass is at first as the 0-1 pitch swung on, line drive out into shallow left field. It gets down for a base hit. It's a 2-out single for Hunter Delanoy. And the first hit of the ball game belongs to the Xenia Scouts.
Yeah, not the hardest hit of balls, just pitch on the outside part of the plate to lefty Delanoy. He pokes the bat out there and gets just enough to hit it over the head of Phil Glasser at short to keep this inning alive for a dangerous hitter in Steve Saunders, as we saw him the first time these two teams played each other.
Steve Saunders, the cleanup batter in today's game for the Xenia Scouts. .263 hitter, has 2 home runs. As the first pitch misses low and away from Zach Iverson. 1-0. Battery mate today, Iverson on the mound, and Tanner Johnson behind the plate. Completes the defensive alignment. Pitching from the stretch for the first time is Zach Iverson as the 1-0 pitch is swung on. It's a hard hit ball deep out into center field, but Lucas Nasanti has room, ranges back, takes a skip and a hop back, makes a one-hand catch, and the side is retired. Copperheads coming to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Copperheads coming to the plate for the first time in today's ball game. We're in the bottom of the first, as it will be Lucas Nasanti who's been a fixture in the leadoff spot as of late. Nasanti followed by Trehi and then Sebastian Fabic. All due up against the Xenia Scouts and Garrett DeClue. Last time the Copperheads faced Garrett DeClue was on July 2nd in the first series against the Scouts. DeClue, well, he received the loss in 6 innings pitched, gave up 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 9 hits allowed, and only struck out 2 batters, did not walk anyone as the first pitch is swung on and foul tipped right back behind the plate. 0-1 for Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti, an average of .301, 22 hits and 73 at-bats, has scored 15 runs and 10 RBIs, 4 extra base hits, and it looks like he was hit by a pitch on the last one. It was a swing, and it sounded like it hit something.
Well, it definitely wasn't a swing if he's getting first base.
No, I guess not. It looked like a swing.
I guess they're saying he checked his swing and the ball maybe hit him on the arm or something when he came around, but you'll take it if you're the Copperheads. Leadoff base runner on.
So Lucas Nasanti on first. The leadoff man reaches base for the Copperheads in the bottom of the first inning as Reese Trehi is way out in front of an off-speed pitch from Derek DeClue. 0-1. DeClue on the season at 3.24 ERA. This is his 8th start of the season. 3 wins, 3 losses as the curveball is in for a called strike, 0-2. An 0-2 count to Reese Trehi. He was batting .274 so far this year. As DeClue pitching from the stretch. The lefty has the leg kick and deals a ground ball over towards the right side. A spinning turn by the second baseman, Matson. The relay throw is non-existent, as it'll just be a fielder's choice by Reese Trehi. A nice play from Matson, the second baseman, to get the lead runner and the first out in the bottom of the first inning.
A slow roller. You knew they weren't going to be able to get 2, so it's just a matter of which one you pick out. Wasn't sure if they were going to be able to get the speedy Nasanti at second base, but a nice turn by the second baseman to short to get the lead runner. And 1 out now in the inning for the birthday boy, Sebastian Fabic.
Yeah, well, happy birthday to Sebastian Fabic, turning 21 years of age today. As Garrett DeClue's first pitch to Fabic misses low and away for ball 1.
Should be a fun one later then. 21.
I'm sure he'll enjoy himself.
Of course, you're coming up on 21 here in November.
Yeah, that's a little whiles away, though. A couple months.
Yeah, he'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. Hopefully. It always comes eventually, I guess. 1-0. The pitch to Fabic misses low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. For Fabic, well, still near the lead in batting average. Still has yet to get to the top. Batting .380 this season. He's 1 hit away from 50 hits. But he's 49 and 129 hits per at-bats as the 2-0 pitch is delivered to Fabic. Now he swings and lines one out into right field, and this one is caught on the run by the right fielder, Delanoy. Well, it looked to be a double written all over it. Delanoy cuts it off, going towards the corner, and now there are 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, good piece of wood there from Fabic trying to get it over the head of the right fielder, but Delanoy able to just range back and make the play. And just one more comment, it was catcher's interference is how Lucas Nasanti reached first base to lead off the inning.
Because I thought it was a swing by Nasanti. He swung and found it back, but catcher's interference.
Right. So it's an error charged to the catcher on that one.
And now Reese Trahey is picked off. Illinois throw to first, and the tag is applied by Saunders, the first baseman, to retire on the side. So Tanner Johnson strolled up to the plate, but the first move by DeClue was to first, and Reese Trahey is picked off of first base to end the bottom of the first inning. No score here in Bob Brent Stadium, Athens, Ohio. We head to the top of the second inning. Right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Designated hitter number 18, Cody Kankler, to lead things off for the Xenia Scouts here on the top of the second inning. No score between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Xenia Scouts. As Zach Iverson looking for his second straight scoreless inning to lead things off. From the windup, Iverson, the first pitch is swung on and a fly ball out into right field. Ranging under, making the catch is Reese Trahey. 1 pitch, 1 out. Talk about efficiency from Zach Iverson. We've been talking about it all season long.
Yep, kid throws a lot of strikes. Of course, he has all the strikeouts, so it makes sense. He stays in the strike zone too much. He doesn't walk too many guys. He puts the ball in the strike zone and lets you try to hit it. It's a hard hit ball off the bat of Kankler's, but Trey positioned perfectly out there in right field to make the catch.
And the first pitch to Jackson Henderson misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. For Henderson, batting 143 as he takes a pitch in for a called strike, 1-1. Henderson, 4 hits, 28 at-bats, 4 runs scored, 1 RBI. As a 1-1 pitch from Zach Iverson misses high for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. No extra base hits this season for Jackson Henderson. As a 2-1 pitch from Zach Iverson is belted right back up the middle for a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Jackson Henderson here in the top of the second inning.
It kind of ran inside on him, but got just enough out in front of it to turn it back where it came from, out in the center field. Again, not a really hard hit single, but it goes in the right spot. As now Iverson will have to go back into the stretch for back-to-back innings here.
So Zach Iverson only allowed 2 singles, but got through a scoreless top of the first inning. As now Brandon Wilson Jr. is batting. Wilson lays down a bunt. It's a slow roller up towards the pitcher's mound, fielded by the catcher Johnson. The thrower to first in time. Sacrifice bunt by Brandon Wilson. Moving over to second is Jackson Henderson. And now they're 2 away for Alan Goodwin, the catcher of the Xenia Scouts.
That's an interesting play there with already having 1 away in the inning and the runner on first, still opting to bunt to move him up, as I do think Henderson might have possibly been going for a base hit there. It was a real close play at first. Nice strong throw from Tanner Johnson to retire him. But I think the Scouts know it's pretty tough to score runs against Iverson, so you try to move base runners up as much as you can.
2 down, top of the second. Iverson's first pitch to Goodwin is swung on and bounced over towards the Copperheads dugout. A couple Copperheads on the front step getting the foul ball. 0-1 the count to Goodwin, batting .118 this season. 4 hits and 34 at-bats, 3 runs scored. Also does have 1 RBI. As now he's swinging a bouncing ball that went off the leg of Alan Goodwin. 0-2.
Yeah, you know that one stung a little bit. Right off the top of the foot, took a high bounce. As Goodwin had to try to shake it off. But Iverson way ahead now, 0-2. See where he elects to go.
Ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Zach Iverson looking for his first strikeout of the day. From the stretch, Iverson checks back to second base. Now to the plate. The 0-2 is swung on, and this one's put in play. It's a pop fly over towards first, and the first baseman, Tanner Glass, could not see it. Got into the sun, knew it was in foul territory, and watched the ball drop in foul territory as well down the right field line. So the 0-2 remains at the plate. Goodwin has new life.
Well, the sun is over top the press box here at Bob Wren Stadium, so right into the line of sight of Tanner Glass, unable to locate that ball in foul ground. So Goodwin kind of gets a second life here, see if he can make Iverson and the Copperheads pay for it.
Iverson steps off the mound, tries to look back. Jackson Henderson, who's on second base. But the count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. As 0-2 pitch is swung on, ground ball over towards second baseman Gammett. He has it, the throw over to first in time for the third and final out in the top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base for the Xenia Scouts as the Copperheads come to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. No score. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Bottom of the second inning at Bob Wren Stadium, Athens, Ohio, where the Southern Ohio Copperheads will send Johnson, Hurd, and Tanner Glass to the plate. No score in the ball game. Zach Iverson threw 2 scoreless. Garrett DeClue trying to match Iverson. But for the last time that DeClue faced the Southern Ohio Copperheads, gave up 7 runs, 6 were earned. The Copperheads saw him pretty well in that ball game. But for Tanner Johnson, relatively a new player as he smacks one right back up the middle for a base hit. First pitch he sees, Copperheads have the leadoff man on base in the bottom of the second inning. Johnson will raise his batting average from 348 above 350.
Yeah, well, Tanner Johnson, ever since he come in here to Athens just last weekend, he's come in and been a real key part. Swinging the bat really well ever since joining the team. And, you know, it's big that they added this catcher, losing Chris Gambert, but, you know, they're able to add Tanner Johnson, give Scott Combs a day off every now and then. Between both of them hitting-wise, you're pretty set at the catcher position so far this season.
Well, Jared Hurd batting 5th for the first time this season as he stands in from the left side. First pitch misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. For Jared Hurd, batting .255, 14 hits and 55 at-bats, 11 runs scored, 17 RBIs. 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs as he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Hurd has walked 13 times and struck out 14 as he stands right there. On first base, Tanner Johnson with the leadoff single. Johnson now batting .375 as a swing and a miss from Jared Hurd puts the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. But both teams tied at 4 in the division, trying to get ahead of one another. There's a 1-2 pitch to Jared Hurd. Another ball round back up the middle and in for a base hit. Rounding second, but holding off is Tanner Johnson. And now 2 leadoff singles for the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the bottom of the second inning. Runners on first and second base.
Well, Jared Hurd's batted towards the bottom of the order most of the season, but getting the move up with this kind of hot spell he's had as of late. As when June 16 started, he was batting .074. He's climbed all the way up to .255 since then. He's had several multi-hit games and picking up where he left off. Nice base hit up the middle there. Copperheads threatening to score the first run.
Tanner Glass at the plate for the Copperheads. He bats with 2 runners on base in the bottom of the second inning. Johnson on second, Hurd on first as the first pitch to Glass misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Glass batting .261, 12 hits, 46 at-bats, 11 runs, 6 RBIs, 2 doubles, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. As Copperheads look to get on top in today's ball game as the 1-0 pitch taken on the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1. 1-1 the count with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. As DeCluse, the 1-1 pitch is line drive out into left field, but slicing foul and over into the bullpen for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Tanner Glass behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Put a good swing on that breaking ball, just a little bit out in front of it, and yanked it foul down the line. Hit it a long way. As now have to try to shorten up a little bit with 2 strikes and protect.
Garrett DeClue ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With nobody out in the bottom of the second inning, 2 runners on for the Copperheads as they look to score the first runs of the game. Time is called by Tanner Glass at the plate. So we'll wait for the 1-2 pitch from Garrett DeClue. DeClue's given up the first hits he's given up in today's game in this inning. Back-to-back singles as he steps off the mound. We'll check back Tanner Johnson to second base. We'll wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, despite what the Copperheads did against him last time they faced, Clue, very solid starter on the mound this year, an all-star selection in the South Division.
Line drive right back up the middle and in for a base hit. Being sent home is Tanner Johnson rounding third, and he's safe at home plate. It's an RBI single, 3 singles in a row. Tanner Glass gets his 7th RBI of the season. Copperheads go on top 1-0.
That's a good 2-strike approach right there. Just gets a pitch he likes, belt high, hits it right back up the middle, much like the first 2 base hits of this inning. Keeping the train rolling. Aggressive send there from Coach Dunphy. But it ends up working out. Copperheads get out to an early lead, something they weren't able to do in the past couple ball games against the Joes.
Yeah, Hamilton Joes had the Southern Ohio Copperheads number. In 6 games, Joes took 5. As it will be a lefty-on-lefty matchup between Phil Glasser and Garrett DeClue. DeClue is yet to get an out here in the bottom of the second as a first pitch, a fastball misses low to Phil Glasser, 1-0. Now Tanner Glass with an RBI single. Jared Hurd is on second base. And coming in to score is Tanner Johnson. Back-to-back-to-back singles. As now an off-speed pitch is in for a called strike to Phil Glasser. Puts the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Glasser on the season batting .258. 24 hits, 93 at-bats. As DeClue's 1-1 pitch is taken in for a called strike. Phil Glasser behind in the count, 1-2. Also for Glasser on the season, 16 runs scored, 13 RBIs, 15 walks, and 20 strikeouts. But has a knack for working full counts all season long. DeClue checks back to second, now deals to the plate. It's an off-speed pitch that misses low and away and bounces in the turf, evens up the count at 2 apiece.
It's a good take there. Going to be a tough pitch to lay off the slider in a lefty-lefty matchup. Breaking away. It starts on the outside part of the plate, then breaks outside. Good job by Phil being able to recognize it and take the pitch.
Count is even at 2 to Phil Glasser as he swings in a ground ball over towards second base. The throw to second for 1. No relay throw to first. It'll be a fielder's choice for Phil Glasser. Thrown out was Jared Hurd. Or thrown out was Tanner Glass trying to go to second base. Jared Hurd's on third, and Phil Glasser is on first. Runners at the corners for the Copperheads with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning, up by 1.
Yeah, nice job by Glasser. They're able to beat out the double play, as that could have been the one thing that really could have killed the momentum in this inning, as you've had 3 straight singles and a run already in. You still got runners on the corners now for one of your best RBI hitters so far this season in Daniel Cruz.
Starting lineup today, Daniel Cruz, 18 RBIs, best for second in the lineup, as the 0-1 pitch is into Cruz. Cruz, .258, 23 hits, 89 at-bats. 18 runs, 18 RBIs, 9 extra base hits, 7 doubles, and 2 home runs. Has also walked 10 times and struck out 16. As the 0-1 pitch to Daniel Cruz, a line drive out into right field, should be a sacrifice fly. Tagging at third is Jared Hurd. The throw is up the third base line and not in time. Sacrifice fly for Daniel Cruz, picks up RBI number 19 on the season. Copperheads put up 2 here in the bottom of the second inning.
A nice job there by Daniel Cruz, not trying to do too much, just trying to lift the ball out into the outfield to hit that one hard. Right at the right fielder, Delanoy, deep enough for Hurd to score. And this is something they didn't really enjoy in the last 2 games at home against the Joes, a lead. Well, they have 2 now, just want to keep tacking on to that.
Kyle Gammon at the plate. There's a check over to first. Going back safely is Phil Glasser. At the plate, Kyle Gammon's in search of his first hit in a Copperheads uniform this season, making his second start of the year. As the first pitch misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Gammon in his previous game went 0 for 2 and a hit by pitch. As another check over to first base, Glasser goes back sliding safely. Count remains at 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Another check over to Glasser. This time he goes back standing.
Well, going back to Gammon in his first game, as you know, if you've been listening all season long, Copperheads lead the league in hit by pitches. Only appropriate that Kyle Gammon gets hit by a pitch in his first game with the team.
Well, Phil Glasser was checked on yet again. I believe 4 straight check overs to first. As DeGarrett Clue has his second pitch go outside and over the left-handed batter's box, all the way back to the backstop. After all that time spent on Phil Glasser holding him on to first, he just throws it away, and Glasser takes second base with ease.
Well, yeah, that can tend to happen sometimes. After a lot of pickoff attempts, a pitcher can kind of lose the strike zone a little bit. That happened to DeClue there. A pitch gets away from him, misses the catcher, and Phil gets to take second base anyway. Doesn't even have to steal it.
2 balls, no strikes to Kyle Gammon. As the 2-0 pitch from DeClue is a curveball in for a called strike. 2-1 now the count to Gammon. Runner on second base here in the bottom of the second. Copperheads are 2 runs in, taking a 2-0 lead. And handing that lead off to Zach Iverson. Their ace on the mound has been perfect 4-0 on the season, as the count is at 2 balls and 1 strike to Kyle Gammon. DeClue's 2-1 pitch is taken in for a called strike. 2-2. Off-speed pitch is working for DeClue today. Just the fastball's been a little wild. Step off the mound. Check over to second base as Phil Glasser with a large lead. Counters have 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from DeClue taken low and away in the turf. Full count walk issued to Kyle Gammond. He's on base for the second time this season. And the lineup turns over to Lucas Nasanti.
That's a good job by your 9-hole hitter. Doing anything he can to get on base here with 2 outs, let the lineup turn over, and try to continue to add on to this lead that you put up here in this inning.
DeClue did not walk any Copperhead batter. Last time DeClue pitched against the Copperheads as Nasanti takes a curveball in for a called strike, 0-1. Nasanti, his first time up, it was a catcher's interference that allowed him to take first base. As he bats with an 0-1 count, DeClue from the stretch, he deals a swing and a ground ball up the third base line, now rolling out into left field. Foul. 0-2.
Does catcher's interference hurt your average counted to that bat?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a rare occurrence. I imagine it's like a hit by pitch.
Because I know the catcher gets an error, but I wasn't sure if it counted against his batting average.
0-2 curveball misses way outside. 1-2.
Way outside is right. Easy take there for Nasanti as that one almost got away and got to the backstop. Allowed those 2 runners to move up into scoring position. As kind of losing the grip of the curveball was DeClue on that pitch.
And no, it does not hurt the batting average. It remains at 301 as Nasanti swings at a ball low and inside. Fouls it off out into left field, foul territory. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Garrett DeClue trying to put the bottom of the second to rest. As DeClue, he is fascinated by Phil Glasser in this inning. Thrown over 4 times when Glasser was at first. Now that Glasser's on second, looks him back a couple times. As now the 1-2 pitch from DeClue is swung on. It's a pop fly, shallow right field. Ranging under it is the first baseman Saunders, who makes the catch. And the side is retired, but not before the Southern Ohio Copperheads take the lead. It's 2-0 in favor of Southern Ohio as we head to the top of the third. Copperheads 2, Scouts nothing. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the third inning, Copperheads 2, Xenia Scouts nothing. Copperheads 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors for the Xenia Scouts. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Zach Iverson has been able to hold off the Scouts off the scoreboard as Jarrett Eaton will lead things off. Eaton with the .344 average takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Copperheads 4th place, Xenia Scouts in 5th. Right on the heels of the Copperheads is now a slow roller up towards second base. Taking his gammon, the throw is just by a hair in time. 2 pitches, 1 out. Here in the top of the third inning, Zach Iverson continues to go through the Xenia Scout lineup.
A little bit of confusion there at first. You saw Glass and Gammon both kind of tried to field that ball, but Gammon then stepped into the hole and made the play himself. And, of course, Glass covered the bag. able to retire the batter just in time for the first out of the inning.
First pitch into the leadoff batter, Brett Williams. He smacks it out into left field, but diving and making the catch is Jared Hurd. That ball was falling fast down into shallow left field. Jared Hurd dives face first, makes the catch, 2 outs away.
Yeah, didn't get the best jump on it at first. He kind of hesitated to charge in. Then when he realized, he started to get on his horse a little bit and lays out perfectly in time to make the catch, fully stretched out. Nice play out there in Jared Hurd. There's a reason he plays center field in the spring. Showing you the range right there.
2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Copperheads on top 2-0 as the first pitch misses for a ball to Logan Matson. Matson grounded out to third his last time up. It was a fantastic play by Daniel Cruz, barehanded the slow roller up the third base line. As Zach Iverson puts the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But for Logan Matson, batting average at .292 now as he swings and fouls one straight back and over into the grandstands. To our right here at Bob Brandt Stadium. A little bit cooler day on hand in Athens, Ohio. Just 82 degrees was the temperature to start.
Yeah.
Spin around 88, 89, potentially 90 as a 1-2 pitch from Zach Iverson. Put a lot on it and almost tripped off the mound. Counts at 2-2.
It's a humid 82, though, I'd have to say.
It is, but it's still a nicer.
Well, definitely nicer than the past week we've had here, for sure.
2-2 the count. The pitch from Iverson is check swing, fouled back. Logan Matson tried to hold back his swing and just fouled the ball off. Count remains at 2-2. Iverson in search for his first strikeout of the day. Is a 2-2 pitch, his line drive, and over the glove of the shortstop Glasser. He jumped, he pushed the ball up even a little bit higher. That it will go down as a base hit for Logan Matson. Iverson has yet to have a 1-2-3 inning in today's ball game, but now with 2 away, there's a runner on first with Hunter Delanoy at the plate.
Yep, tough one. Again, not really a hard hit liner, just over the head of Phil Glasser. Makes a jumping effort, almost got up there high enough to make the catch. Hits off the tip of his glove, inning stays alive for the Scouts, and they got the middle of the order coming up here, so that's big that runner reaches safely.
For Hunter Delanoy, had the first hit of today's ball game as he takes a first pitch fastball in for a called strike, 0-1. Delanoy now batting .297. As Iverson pitching from the stretch yet again. Iverson's 0-1, bounces in the turf into the catcher Johnson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defense has been good for the Copperheads in today's game. Both happening on the left side of the field. Daniel Cruz and now Jared Hurd. As a 1-1 count to Delanoy. Pitch is missing low and outside. 2-1. Two-1 count with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Copperheads on top 2-0. As a 2-1 pitch is just a bit outside. 3-1.
Yeah, close pitch there on the outside part of the plate. Bryce McCullough not giving it to him. So now Iverson got to try to battle back in this at-bat, down 3-1.
3-1 offering from Iverson. Fastball taken in for a called strike. Now the counters run full to the 3-batter Hunter Delanoy. Delanoy does have some power. 5 doubles, 4 triples, and 1 home run. As now the payoff pitch is swung on and fouled straight back and over the press box behind us. Count remains full at 3-2.
Yeah, now with that runner going on the pitch, anything in the gap could potentially score a run here for the Scouts. So Iverson going to have to be careful. Relocates, don't want to try to just get one over to avoid a walk.
Iverson from the stretch. The payoff pitch is a ground ball over towards the second baseman, Gammon. He has it to throw to first, and time side retired. 3 scoreless innings from Zach Iverson as the Southern Ohio Copperheads take their 2-0 lead into the home half of the 3rd. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business. that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together, we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the third inning at Bob Wrenn Stadium in Athens, Ohio will be Reese Trahey, Sebastian Fabic, and Tanner Glass due up for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, as Copperheads have a 2-0 lead over the Xenia Scouts, a team that swept the Cincinnati Steam. The Steam were in first place for a while. And then the Hamilton Joes took 2 of 3 from the Copperheads. Joes jumped over the Licking County Settlers, the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and the Cincinnati Steam for first place in yesterday's game. There's a lot of shuffling going on in the Southern Division. First pitch to Reese Trahey. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 1.
Yeah, speaking of that shuffling, the Licking County Settlers knocked off the Hamilton Joes earlier today, 5-4.
The shuffle continues. As 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1.
So with that, I believe Licking County will now jump the Joes into first place. And we'll see what the Steam do against the Richmond Jazz. They currently lead 1-0 in the bottom of the second.
There's also a doubleheader between the Licking County Settlers and Hamilton Joes today. So that will be interesting. Game 2 coming up at 8:05. But right here in Athens, Ohio, it's a 2-1 count to Reese Trahey. Trahey grounded into a fielder's choices last time up, so he's 0 for 1. As he swings and lines on the opposite field, falling fast and out into left field for a base hit. So Trahey gets his first hit of the day. It's a leadoff single in the bottom of the third inning, with the Copperheads leading 2-0.
That's a surprise there from Reese Trahey. He's been a pull hitter throughout most of the year. He just goes with that pitch, takes it out into left field, able to fall in front of the outfield that's playing a little bit back. Good start to the inning, much like the start to the inning last inning when they scored 2, and now you got a leadoff runner on with your heart of the order coming up.
Well, Sebastian Fabic flew out to right field his last time up as he stands in. Fabic 0 for 1 with the average sitting around 377, was second in the GLSCL with the 380 average coming into the day. His first pitch misses low and inside for a ball, 1-0. Just saw through to the right and left side. Caleb Sislowski, the general manager for the past couple years of the Southern Ohio Copperheads, is taking in the game at Bob Wrenn Stadium. Caleb, always welcome. Done a lot of the program, a lot for the team and the organization. Thank you video up on the YouTube page if you want to learn more about Caleb Sislowski. Is Kayla Hunter, the current general manager of the Copperheads. Sebastian Fabic taking 3 straight pitches, all for balls, 3-0, with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. Runner on first base as Reese Trahey went up for a single, as Fabic getting the green light, swinging 3-0, and he brings the count to 3-1.
I think you deserve a green light. You have a 377 average, just a little bit out in front of that pitch. Look like the Clue took something off of it to keep Fabic off balance.
3-1 the count to Garrett DeClue, as this one lined out into right field, but coming in and making the sliding grab is the right fielder Illinois. The thrower to first, taking on a hop, but not in time to get Reese Trahey. As now there's 1 out in the bottom of the third. Sebastian Fabic is yet to get a hit on his birthday, and he's only 1 hit away from getting a milestone 50 hits in the GLSCL.
Yeah, it's tough. Couple hard hit balls in his first 2 at-bats, unfortunately, right at the right fielder Delanois. That one he had to come into a slide to make the catch out there in right field.
My batting now is Tanner Johnson. Johnson's been on a tear for the Copperheads. It's been a short season for him, but batting .375. So would now hold the highest batting average, taking out all the at-bats that Sebastian Fabic has had. Hit by pitch to Tanner Johnson. Garrett DeClue went inside and hit Johnson probably around the back area. Johnson spun around and tried to get out of the way. Just was unable to do so, and now there are runners on first and second base with one out in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, and with that, you bring in one of your hottest hitters in Jared Hurd up with 2 runners in on base. As Hurd very quietly has pulled in the third on the team in RBIs, only a couple behind Daniel Cruz, who's in second.
Hurd now batting .268 in the 2019 GLSCL season. As DeClue's first pitch is swung and a miss by Hurd. Foul tipped, so says the home plate umpire Bryce McCullough. Regardless of that, 0-1 the count. Hurd today 1 for 1 with a run scored. Came in to score on the Daniel Cruz sacrifice fly. There's the 0-1 pitch from Garrett DeClue, misses high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Recap the inning. Reese Trahey led things off. He had a single out into left field. Standing on second base, Sebastian Fabic flew out to right field for the first out of the inning, and then Tanner Johnson is on base with a hit by pitch. Runners at first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Garrett DeClue's 1-1 pitch comes in, bends, and does not hit Jared Hurd. It was close, puts the count at 2-1.
Yeah, very close to loading the bases there. As DeClue has gone to the breaking ball very often so far in this game. At some at-bats more than the fastball. Just trying to find a pitch that works for him.
Copperheads 2, Xenia Scouts nothing as the off-speed pitch gets Jared Hurd swinging. He's smiling as he spins around. Knew he missed that pitch. Just continues to smile into the dugout.
Well, I don't think he thought DeClue was going to double up on curveball there, so he was way out in front of that pitch. Now he got 2 strikes on him. Got to try to stay back on that pitch, protecting anything close.
DeClue checks back. Reese Trahey on second. Count remains at 2-2 to Jared Hurd. Look back from DeClue down to the plate. The 2-2, a ground ball over towards first. It taken off the glove and rolls behind him. The first baseman Saunders has no idea where the ball was. Taking third base, and he is safe. Would be Tanner Johnson coming in to score as Reese Trahey. Runners are at the corners of the Southern Ohio Copperheads in the bottom of the third inning. It's an RBI single for Jared Hurd. He's 2 for 2 today.
And I think they slapped Saunders with an error on that one up there on the scoreboard as a hard hit ball, but backhanded by Saunders, takes a hop on him, hits off the heel of the glove, then it rolls into shallow right field. He's unable to find it. Heads up base running there from Trahey, realizing that they weren't going to be able to throw him out. He comes in to score. 3-0 lead now for the Copperheads.
Saunders was dancing around first, could not find the ball that caromed off his glove. And now the first pitch to Tanner Glass is taken for a ball, 1-0. For now, it will be an error for Jared Hurd, and that's a tough error to get to Saunders as Glass takes a ball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. But Tanner Johnson is on third base, went first to third on the error by Saunders. And of course, Jared Hurd safe at first base as runners at the corners. 3-0 pitch is inside. So Tanner Glass will bat 3-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the third. DeClue giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the second, 1 here in the bottom of the third. Is taking all the way is Tanner Glass for a called strike, 3-1. A 3-1 the count. Check over to first base. Seeing how Jared Hurd's doing. He's doing just fine. Standing close to the base. Didn't really take a step off. As now the 3-1 delivery from DeClue. It's a bouncing ball right back up the middle, but where the shortstop Williams was playing, he tags the bag himself and throws over to first in time for the double play. 6-3 double play charged to Tanner Glass, and we go to the top of the fourth inning with the Copperheads now leading 3-0. We'll throw to Joe Medor for the middle innings here at Bob Brent Stadium. It's the Copperheads 3, Scouts nothing. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Well, it's the top of the fourth inning now here at Bob Wren Stadium in the first of 3 games between the Xenia Scouts and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Teams separated by just a half game in the standings. Copperheads sitting fourth at 17-15. Xenia Scouts at 17-16. As Zach Iverson still on the mound, his first pitch to Steven Saunders, the cleanup man, is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Saunders hit a hard line drive to center field. His last time up, it was caught by Lucas Nasanti as the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed for a strike, 1-1. But Zach Iverson doing what he's done all season long. As scoreless, the first time through the order are the Xenia Scouts. 1-1 pitch misses low and away for a ball. Saunders up in the count now, 2-1. Iverson, though, does not have a strikeout yet the first time through the order. As a 2-1 home from Saunders, swung on and grounded towards first base, backhanded by Tanner Glass. He flips it over to Zach Iverson, covering the bag at first to retire Steven Saunders for the first out of the inning here in the top of the fourth. But Iverson is second in the league in RBIs, coming into tonight's ball game with 48. As he's been very impressive all season long from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Michigan State. Coming in the ballgame at a .92 ERA, which was the best in the entire GLSCL. A 4-0 record, tied for first in wins. His first pitch into Cody Kanklers misses outside for a ball, 1-0. But has not had a start where he's gone less than 5 innings. 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled away over top of the first base dugout, evens up the count at 1. Has never had a start that's gone less than 5 innings and never struck out any less than 6 batters. His season high is 10. Back on June 29th versus the Lima Locos. 1-1 pitch into Kankers is swung on and chopped foul behind home plate. Iverson up in the count, 1-2 now. As Kanklers 0 for 1 so far in the ball game. 1-2 pitch home into him, grounded towards Daniel Cruz at third base. He'll field it on the hop, long throw over to first in time to retire Kanklers by a step. And 2 quick outs here for Zach Iverson as he looks to work through his first 3 up, 3 down innings so far in this outing.
Well, the one thing that we're not used to is Iverson has gotten a lot of strikeouts this season. Does not have a strikeout yet, but he's getting through these innings, not throwing a whole lot of pitches, has a chance, giving himself a chance to go 9 today.
First pitch is a breaking ball into Jackson Henderson. He takes it over the plate for a strike, 0-1. As the 0-1 misses low and away for a ball, 1-1 as Iverson at 46 pitches so far in the ball game through 3 2/3. 1-1 swung on a chop foul down into the Copperheads dugout. And Iverson will have Henderson down in the count, 1-2 now with 2 away here in the top of the fourth. Copperheads have a 3-0 lead over the Xenia Scouts. Iverson winds up. The 1-2 pitch home will be taken up high for a ball by Henderson. Evens up the count at 2. Two home into Henderson. Swung on and lined out into center field. Lucas Nasanti charging in. He will make the play on the run for the final out of the inning. Iverson has his first 3 up, 3 down inning on the outing as we head into the bottom of the fourth. Copperheads still up 3-0 over the Xenia Scouts here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market.
Hi, this is Thomas Lazaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom four as the Copperheads look to add on to the lead here at Bob Wrenn Stadium. As will be 7, 8, and 9, bottom of the order, due up Phil Glasser, Daniel Cruz, and Kyle Gammon. For the Copperheads, they scored 2 runs in the second and 1 more in the third to jump out to a 3-0 lead on the Scouts. First pitch into Phil Glasser. Catches the inside, or the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1. Glasser was retired on a field, or had a fielder's choice his first time up as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled down the left field line and out of play. Glasser quickly down in the count 0-2. As Garrett DeClue remains on the mound for his 4th inning. He's given up 3 runs on 4 hits so far. As all 3 of the runs are earned. 1 walk, doesn't have a strikeout as the breaking ball pitch is on 0-2 count. Is lined out into right center field for a base hit for Phil Glasser. Phil will take a big turn towards second, but he'll trot on back to first. Leadoff single for Phil Glasser, 5th of the game for the Copperheads. And it'll be Daniel Cruz up next.
Glasser can really drive a ball and sees the ball real well every single at-bat. Gets a nice base hit there.
As he's one of the tougher Copperheads to strike out this season, is only 20 in his 93 at-bats. But now it'll be Daniel Cruz. Cruz had an RBI sac fly to right field in his first at-bat to push his RBI total to 19 on the year. As the first pitch into him misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Cruz at a Marshall University. 1-0 pitch into him, swung on a roped foul down the left field line just by a couple feet as he got around on that pitch, but just a little bit too much out in front, count even at 1.
When Daniel Cruz gets a hold of a pitch, he really gets a hold of it. He had 2 home runs this season, just complete bombs out into left field, and any ball he hits, it seems like it's got a tail at the end of it.
1-1 pitch to the breaking ball. In the Cruz, misses outside for a ball. 2-1 the count now. As Phil Glasser leads off first after his leadoff single. 1-1 home from the Clue. Swung and roped out in the left field, going back to left fielder Henderson, and it will bounce off the wall and get away from him. Rounding second, heading for third as Phil Glasser will be held up at third base. Daniel Cruz pulls into second base with the double. As Cruz just missing a homer by a couple feet. He hits the Ohio Health sign out there in left field for a double. First 2 Copperheads reach base here in the bottom of the 4th.
Oh, what did I just say? When he gets a hold of a ball, he really gets a hold of it. Line drive, hits the Ohio Health O'Blennis Hospital sign in left field. Almost took like 1 second it was hit that hard. But Cruz, solid hitter at the plate, starting to heat up right at the right part of the season.
A frozen rope out there to left field. Off the bat of Daniel Cruz, that is double number 8 for him on the year. Pushing his extra base hit total to 10, as now will be Gammon as he swings on and hits a blooper out into shallow right field. Going back into the second baseman, he makes the catch, tagging up as Phil Glasser. He will come in to score. So Kyle Gammon, it wasn't the hardest hit ball, but it gets the job done. Gets his first RBI in a Copperheads uniform, and it's now 4-0. Copperheads over the Scouts.
Well, I remember when Scott Combs had a sacrifice fly to the second baseman, and we went on and continued to say how there was no, it's rare to see a sacrifice fly to the second baseman, but now here we see it again, and this ball was even shallower than the last.
First pitch into the leadoff batter, Lucas Nasanti catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1, as it was the second baseman Matson had to turn and run to catch that ball in right center field, and Glasser noticed he would have to spin around and make the throw all the way home to get him out. So it pays off in the end. Now Nasanti tries to keep the train rolling with a runner still on second and one away.
An aggressive send by Austin Dunphy, but it was a good send.
As the throw didn't even come home to try to challenge Glasser. Now a pickoff attempt to second. Daniel Cruz dives back in safely. But Nasanti on the day is 0 for 1. He reached in the first inning on a catcher's interference, then popped up the first base his last time up. The 0-1 pitch almost swung on and grounded out towards short field. A cleanly throw on to first in time to retire Nasanti. Staying at second is Daniel Cruz. As now Cruz will remain out at second for Reese Trahey with 2 outs in the inning now.
Got another slow roller over towards the left side of the field for Lucas Nasanti. He's got the legs to beat out an infield single, but just great defensive plays yesterday from the Joes against Nasanti, then here today.
Well, Trahey's 1 for 2, had a base hit in the left field his last time up, trying to keep the inning alive for the Copperheads. First pitch into him from DeClue comes down the middle for a strike, 0-1. As with the base hit his last time up, Trahey now batting .279 on the year with 10 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch into him, swung on and missed, strike 2. Quickly down in the count is Reese Trahey, 0-2 to Garrett DeClue. That's a 4-0 score here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs in the inning. Daniel Cruz out on second base. Here comes the 0-2 pitch home into Reese Trahey, taken outside and high for a ball. 1-2 the count now. But the Copperheads trying to avoid 3 straight losses after dropping 2 in a row to the Hamilton Joes. 1-2 pitch, trying to steal third is Daniel Cruz. It's a good pitch to go on. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt, taken by Reese Trahey. Evens up the count at 2 now. Cruz is just 90 feet away from scoring here with 2 away.
And it's that kind of spark in the lineup and on the base paths that Austin Dunphy loves from Daniel Cruz. Really ignites the whole roster. When Cruz is going, everybody's growing.
Well, now he'll be guaranteed to score on a base hit from Trahey if he can make it happen. 2-2 is the count now to him as a quick mound visit. From the catcher Goodwin out to DeClue, trying to keep this 5th run from coming in for the Copperheads. They lead it 4-0. As now back behind the plate is Goodwin. Here comes a 2-2 home into Reese Trahey. It's a slider in the dirt, blocked by Goodwin. Staying at third is Daniel Cruz, but the count will run full now to Reese Trahey with 2 away.
Goodwin tried to did get Daniel Cruz to hurry back to third base, but Cruz had all the time in the world. Nobody was really standing next to him.
Payoff pitch home to Reese Trahey. Misses low and outside for a ball. He draws a 2-out walk to keep the inning alive. There'll be runners on the corner. Second walk issued by DeClue so far. And now will be the man you want up in this situation. Team leader in average and RBI, Sebastian Fabic, gets a chance to hit here with 2 away.
Well, Fabic has hit the ball hard, both to right field his last 2 times up, and it looks like that will frighten the Xenia scouts as they'll come out for a mound meeting.
That they will. A walk coming out to the mound to try to calm down DeClue. As Fabic, 30 RBIs on the season so far. As that's good for 3rd in the GLSCL. Not too many batting categories. Sebastian Fabic doesn't find himself within the top 5 in this season. As will be a lengthy mound visit. Bryce McCullough coming in to break it up now. As you mentioned, Connor, a couple of hard hit balls for Fabic in his first 2 ABs, but both of them right at the right fielder, Delanoy. As Sebastian Fabic mentioned a little earlier, turning 21 today. As it is his birthday.
Well, the best birthday present for him would most likely be a win for the Copperheads. Copperheads just a little skid against the Hamilton Joes, but have been winning series ever since. Split the series with the Lima Locos. The only series they lost in recent memory, besides the Hamilton Joes, was the St. Clair Green Giants.
First pitch into Fabic comes inside and low for a ball, 1-0.
Lost 2 games up in Canada, but before the Joes, that was the last series lost. That's just how good Southern Ohio Copperheads have been over that stretch.
1-0 pitch into Fabic, misses low for a ball, 2-0 the count now. As you imagine, they'd be pretty careful with them. They do have another base open if they want to elect to walk Fabic. As a 2-0 pitch into him, swung on and chopped towards third base. He fields it cleanly, throw on to first, a little bit high, but not too high as Saunders reaches up and catches it to retire the side. So 1 run comes in. Could have been worse for the Scouts. They retire Fabic to end the inning. We head into the top of the 5th. 4-0 lead for the Copperheads right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the 5th, as Zach Iverson has blanked the Xenia Scouts through the first 4 innings, only allowing 3 hits. Has not struck out a batter yet, which comes to a bit of a surprise as he's second in the league in strikeouts coming into tonight, but he has been effective still, not allowing a run. As first pitch in is swung on and grounded out towards Phil Glasser. Bouncing ball, he picks it up, throw on to first in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Retires Brandon Wilson Jr. as Zach Iverson continues to work fast throughout this outing.
Iverson just pitching to count, pitching to contact, getting outs, being effective for the Copperheads.
And now it sounds like there is a hot dog batter in the house in this one, as first pitch is swung on and fouled away over the first base dugout. As 0-1 is the count now. Into Allen Goodwin. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. So now just 1 strike away for Dollar Hot Dogs here at Bob Wren Stadium throughout the rest of the inning. If Iverson can punch out Goodwin for his first one of the ball game. 0-2 pitch coming in and misses low and away for a ball. 1-2 the count now. As Iverson back up on the rubber, winds up, 1-2 pitch, swung on and flicked out into right field, falling fast. That will drop in for a base hit. Goodwin will take a big round at first base, but stay put. So on the 2-strike pitch, Goodwin gets enough barrel on it, flicks it out into right field for a single, and a 1-out base runner now for the Scouts.
Now, just unfortunate, it's a hot dog batter. Bob Wren is anticipating their Dollar Dogs, back-to-back hot dog batters, and just it falls down as a base hit, but it's not as bad as previous hot dog batters. Previous have gone yard and hit a home run.
First pitch into Jared Eaton, misses low for a ball, 1-0. As Jared Eaton out of Auburn, hails from Mobile, Alabama. Batting .333 on the year. As 1-0 pitch into him, swung on and fouled right over top of our box here at Bob Wren Stadium and out of play. 1-1 the count now. as Eaton is 0 for 1 in the ball game so far. Here comes a 1-1 pitch home. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2 the count now to Eaton. As Iverson looks for his first punch out of this outing.
Really been uncharacteristic of Iverson not to have a strikeout. He's been doing that all season long.
1-2 pitch, breaking ball taken low. Thought about swinging it to Eaton, but he keeps the hands back. Evens up the count at 2.
While he might not have his strikeout pitch today, he's getting the outs. That's all that the Copperheads need from him.
Well, he struck out 9 back on Saturday against the Cincinnati Steam. As a 2-2 pitch swung on and looped out into left field, and that one will now fall for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Alan Goodwin, so a couple of really soft singles from the Scouts put 2 base runners on with just 1 away here in the top of the 5th as the lineup turns over back to the top.
Yeah, soft singles. Hasn't been really any hard contact against Zach Iverson all day long. And they just continue to and just nickel and dime him.
Well, there's 1 away, 2 runners on now, most that have been on the base path so far in this game. As the lineup turns over back to Brett Williams, who's 0 for 2 on the day, as he squares the bunt on the first pitch and hits it foul down towards the Copperheads dugout. 0-1 the count now. As no change in the Copperheads defensive alignment after the first pitch bunt attempt from Williams. As here comes the 0-1 pitch into him, it'll be taken just below the knees for a ball. 1-1 the count now. As 2 runners on, 1 away, Copperheads holding a 4-0 lead over the Xenia Scouts. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. It's swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2 the count now to Brett Williams. As a nicely located fastball at the knees by Iverson. Gets the swing and miss. As Iverson looks into Johnson, gets his sign, comes set. Here comes the 1-2 home into Williams. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Iverson will get his first strikeout of the outing. 2 outs now here in the top of the 5th.
Not only is it the first strikeout, but it's a timely strikeout as Bob Brand ignites. Excited that they get their dollar dogs.
Well, Iverson's not done yet, but that was a big one to get. 2 outs now in the inning. Still 2 base runners on as it's Logan Matson, the 2-hole batter. Picked up a single in his last at-bat. 1 for 2 on the day. As Iverson's first pitch into Matson is swung on a check swing. It's fouled off down towards the first base dugout. 0-1 the count now. But it was a couple of singles that put those runners on second and first here in this inning. As it's a 4-0 Copperheads lead. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. Iverson just a strike away from getting out of this inning. Still holding the shutout.
Iverson after that strikeout just sees a little bit more confidence in the strikeout pitches. Blew one right by Williams.
The 0-2 pitch into Matson is swung on and popped foul over the first base dugout out of play. Count remains 0-2. As that was strikeout number 49 for Iverson on the season as he continues to try to claw towards first place, as he was just 5 away from it coming into the night's ball game.
Yeah, to tie the lead, he would need 53.
Well, he sits at 49 now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Runner goes, and it gets away from Iverson and hits Logan Matson to load the bases.
I thought that Logan Matson got out of the way of that pitch. It appeared that he did as Johnson got the glove on the ball. But it might have nipped the jersey of Matson. It was awarded first base, and bases are loaded.
Yep, bases are loaded for Hunter Delanoy, who was 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single in his first at-bat. 22 RBIs this season for Delanoy. And he's got an opportunity to add on to that total right here Bases are loaded, 2 away. Here comes the first pitch into him, swung on and missed, 0-1.
Now this is where Iverson has been good all season long with runners in scoring position. Iverson has been able to get out of it, allowing minimal or no runs.
Well, now he's up around 70 pitches. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, lined out towards short field. Glasser will haul it in to retire the side. So it got a little testy here in this inning, but Iverson is able to keep the shutout intact through 5 innings. As the Scouts leave him loaded, Copperheads coming to the bat here in the bottom of the 5th with a 4-0 lead on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan?
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom 5 in this matchup between the Xenia Scouts and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. The Copperheads currently lead at 4-0. Garrett DeClue staying on the mound as he tries to get through this 5th inning. Middle of the order due up for the Copperheads, 4, 5, and 6. Tanner Johnson, Jared Hurd, and Tanner Glass. First pitch into Tanner Johnson, bounces into the catcher Goodwin and gets away from him. 1-0 the count now to Tanner Johnson. As Johnson is 1 for 1 on the day, was hit by a pitch in his second plate appearance. Had a single up the middle his first time around and came around to score back in the second. As the 1-0 pitch runs in and gets him again. Second time he gets hit by DeClue in the outing. That one hits him down towards the leg area as he'll jog down the first baseline. Leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 5th for the Copperheads.
Well, the new favorite target for opposing pitchers is Tanner Johnson. It was Zion Avery in the beginning of the year. Then it kind of went to Carter Cross and a couple others. Tanner Glass, and now Tanner Johnson is feeling the brunt of the hit-by pitches.
Well, it looks like head coach Victor Cates will walk out to the mound now. As I'm not sure if this is an injury visit or what the deal is. But there will not be a pitching change. Victor Cates heading back towards the dugout. DeClue staying out on the mound after hitting Tanner Johnson. Now be Jared Hurd out of IU Kokomo. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Had an RBI his last time up when he reached on an error.
Yeah, Hurd has been on fire as of late, getting 2 hits. Well, I scored as 2 hits, but it was scored as an error.
Well, your score doesn't matter, unfortunately, for us. First pitch into Jared Hurd is swung on and fouled over the first base dugout and had to play 0-1. But yeah, that could be subject to change. That happens a lot after the ball game.
I gotta talk to the official scorekeepers. We'll go at it.
You gotta talk to him. That's what you gotta do.
I gotta talk to the guy.
You gotta talk to him.
Yeah, let me talk to the guy. Well, yeah, Jared Hurd, get him a base hit here, huh?
0-1 pitch, grounded the first, touches the bag for 1, over to second, not in time to retire Tanner Johnson. As Hurd grounded to Steve Saunders, the first baseman. He went to the bag for the first out, tried to get Tanner Johnson out at second. But he is safe. Now it's one away with a runner in scoring position for Tanner Glass.
I can't do anything about that. That is an out.
As Saunders did not bobble this one. It was a similar hit ball that the first one Jared Hurd hit to him in his last at-bat. But now it'll be Tanner Glass up. Glass is 1 for 2, had an RBI single back in the second to score the Copperheads' first run as he takes that breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. It's a 4-0 lead for the Copperheads as Tanner Johnson leads off second base. He was hit by DeClue for the second time this evening to reach base. 1-0 pitch into Tanner Glass. Big swing, but he gets under it out into right field. Hunter Delanoy comes in, and he will battle the sun and make the catch. Tanner Johnson will take a couple steps off the second base bag and then just head back. So after the leadoff hit by pitch, DeClue settles down, retires the next two Copperheads. 2 away now in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, just a big swing by Tanner Glass. Got under it. Too much under it and got the out.
Well, now it'll be Phil Glasser, who's 1 for 2. He picked up a base hit his last time up. Came around to score on the sac fly from Kyle Gammon. It was Gammon's first RBI on the season for the Copperheads. But Glasser trying to keep the inning alive. First pitch comes in on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. But with the base hit, Glasser's average now up at 263 on the season. As the 0-1 pitch into him will be taken up high for a ball, evens up the count at 1. As Phil Glasser out of Youngstown State, him and Lucas Nasanti, teammates in the spring. That carried over into the summer for this year as the 1-1 pitch, the breaking ball taken inside for a ball, 2-1. As leading off second, Tanner Johnson. Copperheads trying to add on to their 4-0 lead against Xenia. 2-1 pitch swung right through by Phil Glasser. Reaches the mid of the catcher Goodwin. 2-2 the count now with 2 away. As a decent crowd on hand here at Bob Wrenn Stadium. It is superhero night. After all, as 2-2 pitch bounces into the catcher Goodwin, taken by Glasser, runs the count full. So everybody was supposed to dress up as their favorite superhero. I've seen a few shirts out there. I saw one little kid dressed as Clark Kent.
Did you?
He had the full get-up. He had the shirt and tie on, and he also had the Superman shirt underneath. Full count pitch. Home to Glasser. Misses for ball 4. He'll draw the walk. So with first base open, Glasser will now occupy it. 2 runners on with 2 outs for Daniel Cruz.
Just saw a guy with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirt on.
Yeah, you know, those are ones I kind of always forget about when it comes to the superhero conversation. You don't really think about them.
It's like the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. You kind of forget them. Anybody who's not a part of the Avengers series
right.
Marvel or DC, you can debate those both.
Plus, the Ninja Turtles aren't like humans that get superpowers. They're like turtles.
They're turtles that, did they train in a sewer? I don't know the backstory of.
I can't remember it off the top of my head. They get mutated or something. But anyway, it looks like there's going to be a pitching change as head coach Victor Cates comes back out of the dugout. This one will yank Gavin DeClue as his day will come. Will be a new arm from the bullpen. We'll give you the update on him when we return from the break right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Well, the new man on the mound is Christopher Mosley for the Xenia Scouts as he inherits two base runners here in the bottom of the fifth as Garrett DeClue's game comes to an end. He goes 4 2/3, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. They're all earned. 3 walks, no strikeouts, facing 25 batters. As right now he's on the hook for the loss. If the result stays the same, Copperheads have a 4-0 lead. And it'll be Daniel Cruz trying to keep the inning alive with 2 runners on and 2 away. As Cruz on the day is 1 for 1. He had a sac fly in his first at-bat for an RBI, his 19th on the year. Then picked up a ringing double off the wall in left field his last time up. As Mosley takes the mound for the first batter he'll face in this outing. Mosley's only made 1 appearance so far this year in 1 game as his first pitch to the breaking ball misses outside. 1-0 to Daniel Cruz. But in that game against the Cincinnati Steam on July 10th, he pitched an inning, gave up 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 hits, a walk, facing 6 batters. As his 1-0 pitch into Daniel Cruz, roped out towards the third baseman. It bounces off his glove, and it looks like Cruz will reach first base safely with an infield single. As that was a hard hit ball at the third baseman, Wilson Jr. Takes a hop on him, hits off the heel of the glove and bounces away from him. And Cruz able to beat it out to load the bases now with 2 away. So it looks like it will officially be scored a hit.
Yeah, it was taken off the heel of the glove and then right off the chest. That chest did the damage and bounced the ball further away from the third baseman, Wilson. Just another hard hit ball off the bat of Daniel Cruz. Looks like his bat is back into tip-top shape.
Well, he's up to 275 in average now. First pitch into Kyle Gammon is taken for a strike. 0-1. Gammon picked up his first RBI with the Copperheads with a sac fly his last time up. As this being only his second start with the team, the 0-1 pitch at a breaking ball chopped back out towards the mound, fielded by Christopher Mosley. He'll walk it over to the first baseman Saunders, flip it to him, and retire Gammon. So the Copperheads load the bases here in the bottom of the fifth, but they're unable to add on to their 4-0 lead. As we head into the top of the sixth, Zach Iverson looks to continue to shut out the Scouts right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Cone Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole...
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the sixth inning, Zach Iverson remains on the mound. He's shut out the Xenia Scouts through his first 5 innings of work, looking to keep that going. As it'll be the middle of the order due up, Steve Saunders, Cody Canclers, and Jackson Henderson, who are all, well, Saunders and Canclers are both 0 for 2. Henderson 1 for 2 on the day so far. First pitch into Saunders will miss just outside for a ball, 1-0. As now the 1-0 pitch into him, a swung on in a check swing, grounded out towards the third baseman, Daniel Cruz, who makes the throw on the run. In time, strong throw to retire Steven Saunders on the slow roller. One away here in the top of the 6th inning.
Just another good play from Daniel Cruz. No matter where you put him in the fields, Cruz has been solid either at third, at short. Gets the job done all day long.
Well, he makes that play look pretty easy, but very well wasn't. Had the reins to his left, make the throw on the run, but he does retire Saunders. Now the first pitch into Cody Canclers has popped up into the infield. It looks like Phil Glasser, the shortstop, will call it. He makes the catch. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Zach Iverson as he continues to mow down this Scouts lineup throughout the first 5 2/3. But as we...
That's just been unbelievable how Zach Iverson, every single day he pitches.
As first pitch into Jackson Henderson, catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Just pitches to contact, gets his outs, goes long in games.
Now the 0-1 hits the exact same spot on the outside corner. Henderson quickly down 0-2. As Iverson looking for a second 3-up, 3-down inning. He's got Henderson down 0-2. Here comes a pitch. Called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Quick inning air for Zach Iverson. 6 pitches to record 3 outs. Gets his second strikeout so far on the outing. That puts him at an even 50 on the year as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Copperheads still up 4-0 over the Scouts right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
By Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the order due up here in the bottom of the 6th. Copperheads trying to add on to a 4-run lead, 4-0. As Zach Iverson has been effective on the mound, something we've said several times throughout this season. But it'll be Lucas Nasanti, Reese Trey, Sebastian Fabic all due up as it's still Christopher Mosley out on the mound as his first pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike to Nasanti, 0-1 as Mosley came in last inning, gave up a hit. The bases were loaded as the 0-1 pitch. Nasanti squares the bunt. It's a good one up the first baseline. He's hustling, fielded by the pitcher, throwing to first, not in time, and Nasanti will reach first base on the bunt single. To start off the bottom of the 6th, Reese Trahey up next.
Lucas Nasanti, been a couple ground balls over the past couple days. Finally legs out the infield single. Quick as anybody out there. Pays off with the single.
Well, he climbs back over 300 with the average at 303 now. Now Trahey, who's 1 for 2 with a walk so far. As I was just mentioning, Mosley came in last and gave up a hit that loaded the bases. Then he finally got a ground ball comebacker right back to him to prevent the Copperheads from scoring any more runs, as now he steps off and looks Nasanti back to the bag. No throw. But his first pitch into Reese Trey, swung on and popped over the third baseman's head. Going to be a tough play. He ranges back, and Wilson makes the catch on the run as Trey almost snuck it over his head over there at third. But he will be retired, 1 away.
Tough play by Wilson. Just a cue shot off the bat of Reese Trahey trying to go the opposite field again today. Didn't get enough power to punch it over the third baseman Wilson's head.
Well, now it's Sebastian Fabic, 0 for 3 on the day, couple of lineouts, as well as a ground ball out, 0 for 3. As we mentioned a couple times, it's his birthday here today. So happy birthday to Sebastian. As now a half-hearted pickoff attempt from Mosley, kind of lobs the ball over to first base, and Nasanti back in standing. But now the first pitch will come into Fabic, swings and chops it foul down towards the third base coaching box. Manager Austin Dunphy fields it cleanly, throws into the dugout. 0-1 the count now to Fabic. As looking at some of those other scores in the GLSCL, Cincinnati Steam are now up 3-0 on the Richmond Jazz in the top of the 5th. And the Settlers threatening to take both sides of the doubleheader. As the 0-1 pitch into Fabic, breaking ball misses low for a ball, 1-1. But the Licking County Settlers lead the Hamilton Joes 5-2 in the top of the 3rd after beating them 5-4 earlier in the day. As another step off from Mosley to look Nasanti back. He's back up on the rubber, but that would be big for the Settlers. They can take 2 from the Joes today. That would put them in first place. The 1-1 pitch misses high and outside for a ball to Fabic, 2-1.
Yeah, Licking County, after a very down season last year, currently in first right now with a 19-14 record, has a chance to go 20-14 and really rewrite the history books.
2-1 pitch. Nasanti takes off. Breaking ball called a strike. Throw not in time, as Nasanti got a great jump on that one. He swipes second base. Now he's in scoring position with only 1 out. So Nasanti showing off the wheels in this inning, as that's his 4th stolen base on the year. Now Fabic will try to drive him in with a base hit. The 2-2 pitch. He takes off towards third, but the pitch grounded out towards short. Throw on to first will bounce in and be in time as it's dug out by the first baseman Saunders to retire Fabic. The call by Clark Husky, the base umpire. Close play at first. Fabic is retired. Nasanti moves over to third now with 2 away.
Yeah, just a tough play made by Williams, the shortstop. Strong throw in the hole, gets the speedy Sebastian Fabic, and Fabic held hitless. But just going back, Licking County Settlers, they were 9-33 last year and are currently at the top of the South Division here. What a turnaround for their organization.
Well, that's putting it lightly. Settlers now at 19-14, looking to take 2 wins today, as first pitch into Tanner Johnson, grounded towards the first base, dug in out of play, 0-1. But just all these teams, 5 teams separated by just a game and a half. Clearly nothing set in stone, as it's the top 3 that make it in both divisions. As the 0-1 pitch into Tanner Johnson is a breaking ball, taken in the back. It will be the 3rd time that he is hit by a pitch in this one. That one probably a little less painful than the first 2, as it's a breaking ball to the back. As that puts a runner on first. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs for Jared Hurd.
Just unbelievable. Tanner Johnson continues to get hit by a pitch every single at-bat. Good thing he got the base hit in his first at-bat. Gets to be 1 for 1 today.
But a lot of shuffling could happen, especially depending on the outcome of the other games. If the Steam drop 2 today, they could fall all the way to out of the playoff picture at 4th place if the Copperheads can win this game against Xenia. As the first pitch into Jared Hurd, misses up high for a ball, 1-0. And it's honestly too much math for my head to try to figure out exactly where every team could potentially fall into tonight after their results. As a 1-0 pitch into Jared Hurd, swung on and popped foul and out of play over top the third base dugout. Count will be even at 1-1. But let's just say there are 5 out of the 6 teams right now that have a legitimate chance of making the postseason.
Any one of the top 5 teams, all above 500 by a game or 2. For Licking County, up by 5. Hamilton Joes 17-14. The Steam 18-15. Any one of these teams could be top 3.
1-1 pitch bounces into the catcher Goodwin, and it's blocked, but taking second base is Tanner Johnson to now move 2 into scoring position. It will be a 2-1 count into Jared Hurd. 2-1 the count as North Division a little bit more taking shape as it's the Lima Locos and Muskegon Clippers. The only two teams with winning records as a 2-1 pitch in the herd misses outside for a ball, 3-1. Lima Locos kind of running away with it at this point at a 22-10 record, best in the league. 3-1 pitch home to Jared Hurd. Swung on and drilled out into right field, going back to right fielder, and it will hit off the base of the wall. Coming in to score is Lucas DeSanti. Being sent is Tanner Johnson. Stopping at second base is Jared Hurd. Throw home not in time. A ringing double off the bat of Jared Hurd to play 2 more runs. Copperheads lead by a touchdown now, 6-0 over the Xenia Scouts.
Jared Hurd, I was watching him during batting practice. He was enjoying himself, a strong swing, stared at the ball and just hit the top of the fence out in right center field. But he knows that his swing is as good as it's been all season long, if not better. And he just continues to produce at bat after at bat, game after game. Big reason for the Copperheads winning streak against the North Division and then taking the Scouts game in the previous.
Well, the first pitch into Tanner Glass takes a big swing at the curveball. 0-1 the count as he comes up empty. But Hurd adds 2 more RBIs to his total. Make it 19 on the year as now that ball is roped down the line of left field and then we'll get down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Jared Hurd. Tanner Glass will take a big turn and head towards second base. The throw will not be in time. Back-to-back 2-run doubles for the Copperheads. They've now hung a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 6th and doubled their lead. It's now 8-0 over the Xenia Scouts.
7-0 lead for the Copperheads. Just at bat after at bat, hit after hit. The doubles are ringing through. Offense has been pouring it on. Lackluster against the Joes, but exploding against the Scouts.
7 is right. My mistake. First pitch into Phil Glasser has popped up in the infield. This should end the inning as Wilson Jr., the third baseman, hauls it in, but not before the Copperheads score 3 more runs to add on to their 4-0 lead. It's now 7 as a couple of 2-out doubles from Jared Hurd and Tanner Glass played 3 more runs. It's now a 7-run lead for Zach Iverson. Heading into the top of the 7th will be Connor Mills. The rest of the way on the play-by-play here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads.
Hi, this is Thomas Lazaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 7th inning in Bob Brent Stadium in Athens, Ohio. Things are getting heated up in the Southern Division. Licking County Settlers at the top for now, but everything is shifting around. Top 7, Southern Ohio Copperheads up by 7-0 is your score as at the plates is Brandon Wilson Jr. made the final out in the bottom of the 6th. He swings through the 0-1 offering, brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. For Wilson, he is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt grounded out to shorten his last at-bat in the top of the 5th inning. From the windup, Zach Iverson's 0-2 pitch misses high and away, puts the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. But 5 teams, like Joe Medor said earlier on, 5 teams all have a possibility of taking first place or at least taking top 3. Nobody is out of the division yet. Even at a 12-20 record, Richmond Jazz are on the verge of being out, but we'll do that math a little bit later on. Foul ball back, brings the count, remains it at 1-2. Now another foul ball, this one slicing over to our right and bangs off of the bleachers in the grandstands to our right. Count remains a 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. To the leadoff man, Brandon Wilson Jr. The 1-2 from Iverson taken outside, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the windup, Iverson's 2-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The 3rd strikeout of the day and the 51st of the season for Zach Iverson. 1 out, top 7.
Well, throughout those first few innings, 4+, not really any strikeout pitches working for Iverson. Of course, still very effective as he hasn't allowed a run yet. But the strikeout pitch has come alive here these past few innings, now has 3. As he just seems to be getting better as we move on throughout this outing.
0-1 count to Alan Goodwin. As now a fastball delivered by Zach Iverson brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hits the outside corner. Quickly ahead now is Zach Iverson on Alan Goodwin, who's 1 for 2 as he swings and fouls one back over to the press box. Count remains 0-2.
Yeah, that's not a bad 2-strike pitch. Surprised Goodwin got a piece of it. Threw it high and outside, trying to get him the chase. He got him. But Goodwin just gets enough to foul it back.
The 0-2 from Iverson, swung on and held on by the catcher Johnson for strike 3. 2 outs in the inning, both via the strikeout. Iverson's tied for the lead. Iverson's 1 away from the lead. The lead is 53 by a Michigan State teammate. He's 1 away from tying it with his 4th strikeout on the day of Alan Goodwin. Now Jared Eaton at the plate. First pitch to Eaton, misses for a ball, 1-0. Second pitch in from Zach Iverson also misses. Just a bit low, 2 balls and no strikes. With 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, Copperheads up 7-0 on the Xenia Scouts as the 2-0 pitch is a shallow looper down the line out in right field. Running over the ball is Kyle Gammon. Gammon ran straight through the pop-up down the line in right field. It will fall down for a base hit. It's a ball that probably could have been caught by the Copperhead second baseman, but regardless, it's a 2-out single.
Yeah, now Eaton kind of has 2 little flare singles that probably shouldn't have really fallen in. He had one of those his last time up, but a little bit unlucky there, kind of hitting no man's land out there in shallow right field where you got 3 guys going after it. Looked like Gammon had the best angle, but he just overran it a little bit.
First pitch in, line drive over the leaping glove of the third baseman Daniel Cruz and out into left field, and just like that, now there are 2 men on against Zach Iverson here in the top of the 7th inning. Back-to-back singles by Jared Eaton, and Brett Williams puts 2 on with 2 out, and Logan Matson to the plate.
Yeah, it's still no hurt if you're Zach Iverson. Of course, you don't want to give up those 2 singles with 2 away in the inning, but you know you still got 2 outs. You have a 7-run lead to work with. All you really have to worry about is throwing strikes and continue to retire hitters. Don't even worry about those 2 runners out there. They don't mean anything with a 7-run lead.
Iverson first pitch to Logan Matson, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Matson on the day, 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Tremendous play by Daniel Cruz. A slow roller up the third base line is now swinging a line drive out into the gap in right center field. That'll bounce and get all the way to the warning track. The throw in from the right fielder Trahey is cut off. The throw home has a chance. It is out at the plate. 1 run comes in to score. Home plate umpire Bryce McCullough punches out. The second runner trying to advance to home was Brett Williams. A tremendous 9-4-2 put out to get the final out here on the top of the 7th inning. It's the Copperheads 7, Xenia Scouts 1. We'll be right back in the home half of the 7th right after this on the Southern Ohio Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
It started with Reese Trahey, went to Phil Glasser, the shortstop, then all the way back to Johnson to apply the tag on Brett Williams, who tried to come around and score on the RBI double from Logan Matson. Matson double scored Jared Eaton in the top half of the seventh, the only run that Zach Iverson has allowed in today's ball game, but the third out was recorded, and we're in the bottom of the seventh inning. Copperheads up 7-1, and Daniel Cruz at the plate. Cruz takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. And for Cruz, 2 for 3 on the day, or 2 for 2, as he had a sacrifice fly out into right field. Cruz with 1 RBI and batting .275 now as the pitch bounces in. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, 2 balls and 1 strike is the count to Daniel Cruz, as the offering from the pitcher Mosley misses high, 3-1. Well, Mosley, the 3-1 offering is a ground ball over towards the third baseman Wilson. The throw across the diamond is in time to get Daniel Cruz for the first down in the bottom of the seventh. First down recorded, and I'll bring up Kyle Gammon.
Yeah, Cruz hit a couple hard balls in this game for base hits and sac flies. Just kind of rolled over that one over to third for a nice, easy play.
Kyle Gammon still in search for base hit number 1. Gammon 0 for 1 today with an RBI with a sac fly to second baseman Matson, as the first pitch bounces in the turf. 1 ball, no strikes. Gammon coming into the day 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Has been on base paths 2 times for the Copperheads. The hit by pitch and the walk in today's ball game, as a fastball misses low and okay from Mosley. 2-0. Mosley's fastball misses outside. 3 straight balls to the batter, Kyle Gammon. Now Gammon is a candidate to get on base for the 3rd time in his Copperheads career. .3-0 pitch, taken low and inside, ball 4. Gammon does work the walk. He's only 0 for 1 in today's ball game, with a walk, a sacrifice fly, and then grounded out to the pitcher. But is on first base right now with a 1-out walk in the bottom of the 7th.
Yep, nothing really to hit there from Mosley. Kind of 4 wild pitches, nice easy 4-pitch walk there for Gammon. As Copperheads try to answer that 1 run scored by the Scouts, try to get it back, push the lead back up to 7 with the lineup turning over.
First walk allowed by Mosley, as now the lineup goes to Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. For Nasanti on the day, got his batting average back up to .303, had the bunt singles last time up. Catcher's interference in the bottom of the 1st. Popped out to first base in the 2nd and grounded out to short in the 4th. As now the pitch in to Lucas Nasanti. Missed for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. From the stretch, Mosley's pitch is swung on and missed by Nasanti. Strike up on the board. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out and a runner on first for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. They've scored in the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th. Just pedal to the metal and relentless at the plate today. And the 2-1 pitch, Nasanti, he pops up a bunt. Charging in is the first baseman Saunders, unable to make the play. Ball lands in foul territory. Nasanti stays alive at the plate, 2-2.
Yeah, tough pitch to bunt. It was a high and away pitch. He tried to drag it a little bit, but ended up just kind of getting the bat under it, popping up to first. Luckily, Saunders playing back, having to cover the runner, so unable to come in and make the catch. Nasanti kind of gets a second life here. Wouldn't expect him to square, obviously, with 2 strikes in the at-bat.
The 2-2 pitch, ground ball over towards shortstop. Williams has it, throws it to second for 1. No relay throw. It'll be a fielder's choice for Lucas Nasanti. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning with a runner on first for Reese Trahey.
Well, you knew as soon as that ball was hit so slowly at the short, you weren't going to ever get 2. Nasanti's too quick up the line to get a double play. They almost didn't even get 1. Gammon was hustling into second base. Called out by Clark Husky. 2 away now in the inning.
2 down, bottom 7. Reese Trahey at the plate. First pitch to Trey, taken inside for ball 1. For Trey today, 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. The single in the third. Is on the move is Lucas Nasanti, and he will be safe at second base with the stolen base. Nasanti with the second stolen base of the day. Runner in scoring position for the Copperheads and for Reese Trahey.
You know, this Copperheads kind of have this pedal-to-the-metal mindset ever since the pitching staff has kind of grown thin here over the past week. You know, no lead is safe. They're always taking bags no matter the lead, trying to move guys up and add on runs because you don't know what the pitching situation could be on any given night.
2-0 pitch popped up by Reese Trahey. He spikes the bat, and it will be caught by the third baseman Wilson for the third and final out in the bottom of the 7th inning. At the end of 7, it's the Copperheads 7, the Xenia Scouts 1. Copperheads scoring 7 runs on 10 hits and no errors. We'll be right back in the top of the 8th inning right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Copperheads put out a social media blast in search for some new pitchers. We'll see another new pitcher here in today's ball game. This is number 32, Jacob Ladley. Ladley comes in to replace Zach Iverson, who went 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, and struck out 4 batters. Currently in second in strikeouts in the GLSCO, and that's how Zach Iverson will finish as the Copperheads have a 7-1 lead over the Xenia Scouts here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch from Ladley misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. To the batter, Hunter Delanoy.
And he's coming from Piedmont International University, currently in the process of transferring. Hails from Brevard, North Carolina.
So he's come a distance to help the Copperheads. Maybe not as far as Micah. Micah went all the way from Lake City, Florida. Drove 13 hours, but glad to see Jacob Ladley pitching for the Copperheads as a foul tipped straight into the glove of Johnson brings count to 2 balls and 1 strike. On the day for Delanoy, 1 hit, 2 outs, 1 for 3 on the day. Had a single in the first and then was retired 2 straight. As a 2-1 pitch from Ladley is taken in for a called strike. And now Ladley has a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ladley from the windup. Sets and deals. As a 2-2 pitch, taken low and bounced in the turf. Count is run full to Hunter Delanoy.
With these guys joining the season so late, past few ball games have been playing, you never know kind of if there's any rust that comes off because, they've been playing for a couple months now.
The payoff pitch from Jacob Ladley is taken low and inside, ball 4. It's a second walk allowed by the Copperheads pitching today and the first one allowed by Jacob Ladley on his season.
And now what you want to do, up 6 runs, you can't give them base runners. You just got to keep throwing strikes and let them beat you by hitting the ball. Don't want to be giving them 3 passes, and all of a sudden they start to mount up, and just like that, you have a ball game. You got 6 outs to go, up by 6 runs. Just got to pump the strike zone.
Ladley now working from the stretch. As the first pitch to the batter, Stephen Saunders misses inside for ball 1. Saunders today 0 for 3 has been held hitless. Fly out to center and 2 ground balls, 1 to second and 1 to third. 1-0 the count to Saunders. As Jacob Ladley's ready, the pitch in, bounced it in the turf. The throw down as on the move was Hunter Delanoy. He will steal second base. Now there's a runner in scoring position for the Xenia Scouts here in the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, and he's not going through an easy part of the order here. Got the middle of the order coming up, and Saunders, Kanklers, and Henderson. So Ladley's going to have to bear down, hit his spots here. Can't leave the ball in the middle of the plate or these guys can hurt you.
2-0 the count. And the pitch from Ladley swung on, line drive out into right field. Moving back is Trahey. He will make the catch. Tagging at second base is Hunter Delanoy. And the throw will go towards third, but not in time. Cut off by the shortstop Glasser. 1 out recorded by Jacob Ladley, but a runner on third with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning.
Well, you're fine with that with the 6-run lead. Not too worried about that runner tagging up to third, as you just want to get the outs, continue to move along. You're now just 5 outs away from a victory, which would be a big one to get, especially with the Joes possibly losing 2 games here today.
Ball games will be keeping an eye out. Out of town scoreboard as the first pitch to Cody Kanklers. Misses or hits his zone for a strike, 0-1. But Kanklers 0 for 3 as well. As the 0-1 pitch is taken just a bit high. Evens up the count at 1. 1-1 the count to Cody Kanklers, the designated hitter. Came into the day batting .298. That has since gone down. As a 1-1 offering from Ladley is a pop fly behind the home plate. Making the catch is the catcher Johnson. Daniel Cruz was in the area, but Johnson calls him off last second. 2 outs now, and Ladley 1 out away from working through a scoreless inning.
Yeah, it's one of the tougher plays behind the plate, having to field that to pop up when you got to turn your back to the infield and locate it, make the catch. Johnson makes it look routine right there. Big second out of the inning. Now it's going to take a hit to score that runner from third.
Always a tough play for the catcher to make. There's Jacob Ladley facing Jackson Henderson. First pitch from Henderson, swung on and missed for strike 1. For the ball games in the South Division, Cincinnati Steam up on the Richmond Jazz. That's games in the bottom of the 7th as the 0-1 from Ladley's in for a called strike, 0-2 with 2 outs. But Steam up 3-0. Copperheads beating the Scouts Hamilton Joes taking a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the fourth in the Joes Settlers game. 0-2 from Landley is swung on, line drive right back up the middle into center field, taken on a hop. It'll be an RBI single, a 2-out RBI single for Jackson Henderson. The Xenia Scouts have put up one in back-to-back innings, one in the seventh, one here in the eighth. And still a chance to do more. That's Brandon Wilson Jr. at the plate.
Yeah, well, he squared that ball up right back up the middle. Nothing the Santi can really do as it fell fast on him. Took a hop. But no real damage done. You're still holding on to a 5-run lead. Just got to retire this last out.
First pitch to Brandon Wilson, in for a call and strike. Well, for Wilson on the day, 0 for 3 with a strikeout, batting average of 126 as he swings and misses at the off-speed offering from Jacob Ladley. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, real nice pitch. Just kind of dropped out of the zone there, started at the knees. Got him out in front of it.
Landley ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on, it's a pop fly right side. Ranging under, it's a second baseman Gammon. He makes the catch, side retired. Debut day for Jacob Landley. He comes into the top of the 8th inning, works through, gives up 1 run. It's a Copperheads 7, the Scouts 2. We'll be right back in the bottom of the 8th inning on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Copperheads with 6 outs left in today's ball game, ahead on the Xenia Scouts by a score of 7-2. Scouts will send a new man to the mound, Keegan Grantham, who comes in to replace Christopher Mosley. Mosley went 2 1/3. Allowed 4 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. Walked 1 and did not strike out a batter. As the birthday boy Sebastian Fabic at the plate. Easy day for him. Just designated hitting. Has yet to get a hit in today's ball game. 0 for 4. Couple fly outs to right field and a couple balls grounded out towards the left side. 1 to third, 1 to short. As the first pitch from Grantham is taken outside for ball 1. For Grantham on the season, this is his 3rd appearance as a 28 ERA. A 2.8. 1 inning pitched and has not struck out any batters. Walked 5 and has not given up a hit. Swing and a miss by Sebastian Fabic, 1-1.
Took something off that pitch, got Fabic to swing out of his shoes almost. Took a big swing, eyes lit up for that one. You're going to have to try to sit back on that changeup.
1-1 pitch to Sebastian Fabic is taken low and away. 2 balls and a strike. But for Grantham against the Southern Ohio Copperheads, Copperheads blanked the Scouts 7-0 on July 3rd. Grantham was in that ball game, pitched an inning, walked 2. but got 3 outs as now a fly ball out into right center field. Ranging back is the right fielder, Delanoy. He'll make the catch, walking back a couple feet in front of the warning track with a first out. Fabic 0 for 5 in today's ballgame.
Yeah, not really having the best game of the season on his birthday, but, you know, Sebastian's been hot all season long. Of course, the average dropped down a little bit down into the 360s, but, you know, I think he might have earned himself a couple of off nights the way he's been swinging the bat this season. And, of course, hasn't hurt the Copperheads in tonight's game, still winning 7-2 despite their arguably best hitter not being on it tonight.
It's always a good sign to see when the rest of the team can pick up the slack. 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. And now we'll see what Tanner Johnson can do at the plate, as he's 1 for 1 on the day with 3 hit by pitches. It has been the most painful way to get on the base paths, but he's done it. Swing and miss. Brings the count to 0-1. Johnson was hitting at the 3rd, the 5th, and the 6th. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. A little off speed from Keegan Grantham. 0-2.
I don't know if I've ever been hit 3 times in a season, much less in one game.
You must have been standing a little bit away from the box, huh?
I feel like I crowded the plate pretty much. No one wanted to pitch inside to me.
Left-hand batter, right?
Yep, just like everything else I do.
0-2 pitch. Johnson takes it low and bounces in the turf. Check down to plate umpire, or field umpire, Clark Husky says did not go. But yeah, I didn't know. You know, sometimes people can throw one way and bat the other.
Yeah, why would I want to not bat left-handed?
I don't know.
Get the natural uppercut.
1-2 pitch to Johnson. Checks his swing. And now another check down to Clark Husky. And Johnson did not go around again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. See a lot of pitchers, especially left-handed pitchers, just batting from the opposite side. Throw left, bat right, or vice versa. And there it is. Hit by pitch number 4. Daniel Cruz pops out of the dugout. 4 times in a row that Johnson has been hit by a pitch. It's 3 different pitchers now that has hit Johnson. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's an uncanny ability if you get hit by a pitch that many times in one game. I mean, it's going to really shoot up the on-base, though. He's reached base all 5 times. He's came up the bat. And, I mean, he's batting 1,000 on the day. He had a single in his first at-bat.
Yeah.
Painful day for Tanner Johnson.
So it's a happy birthday to Sebastian Fabic, the 3-hitter. Then right behind him, it's a painful day to Tanner Johnson. There's Jared Hurd, who's having himself a day. For Hurd, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. Batting .271 as the first pitch bounces into him for ball 1. But Jared Hurd had a hard hit ball to first base his first time up. Ruled as an error. Single in the 3rd for an RBI, grounded out to first in the 5th. As now the 1-0 pitch bounces in the turf yet again. 2 balls and no strikes. Then had the 2 RBI double back in the 6th inning. Now 2-0 the count to Jared Hurd out of Indiana University of Kokomo.
Yeah, and he's had a real nice ball game, as you mentioned. Couple base hits, 3 RBIs, roped a double off the wall his last time up. Just continuing that hot streak that he's been riding.
Fastball rides outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
And anytime, wasn't that long ago, less than a month ago, that average was down under 100 at just .074. He's almost climbed 200 points in a month. He's had quite a good stretch of play here. These past few weeks have been really key to the Copperhead success.
Really impressive as he takes ball 4, fastball high and away. Now back-to-back, 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk. After the out to Sebastian Fabic as Jared Hurd is on base with the walk. The first walk allowed by Keegan Grantham in today's ball game, as Christopher Mosley walked 1 and Garrett DeClue walked 3. First walk by Grantham. Runners are on first and second with 1 out. First pitch in to Tanner Glass. Misses for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. But for Tanner Glass today, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, batting average at .280. As the 1-0 misses low, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, it's taken Glass a little bit to get into his groove. Was struggled a little bit when he first joined the team, but he's another one. These past few games, the average has really climbed up there. He's hitting the ball hard to all fields.
2-0 the count. On a mound visit by Saunders, the first baseman. So trying just to calm down Keegan Grantham. Grantham got the first out, arguably the hardest out to get. And Sebastian Fabic hit Tanner Johnson. He's on second. Now hits his own for a strike. 2-1. But Johnson on with the hit by pitch, second base. Jared Hurd walked. He's on first. Tanner Glass at the plate with the 2 balls and 1 strike count. As Grantham's 2-1 bounces in the turf. 3 balls and 1 strike. To the batter, Tanner Glass.
Yeah, just kind of struggling to find the zone here. As Grantham, as you really don't want to let this lead inflate anymore. You got enough work to do with having to score 5 runs.
3-1. The pitch into Tanner Glass. Check to swing. Did not go around. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks allowed by Keegan Grantham. And now the bases are loaded for Phil Glasser.
Yeah, and Phil Glasser isn't going to swing at a pitch out of the zone either, so Grantham's really got to settle down and start finding the zone here.
On the day for Phil Glasser, 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning, had a single in the 4th, walked in the 5th, and then popped out to 3rd in the 6th as the first pitch rides high and away for ball 1 to Phil Glasser from Keegan Grantham. Grantham with the 28 ERA. It has only since gone down slightly, but the bases are loaded, has a huge chance of going up, or a huge probability, I should say, for math majors. The 1-0 taken in for a called strike, 1-1.
People pleaser, Connor Mills.
Try to get the right
touch
start.
all his bases.
I mean, we're not math people. We haven't hid that fact.
No. Never was, really ever.
But in baseball, this is a statistics game.
At times, yes.
2-1 the count. Ball misses high to Phil Glasser. That's just the way that baseball is transforming.
Everything's based on the probabilities now, especially in the major league level.
2-1 pitch to Phil Glasser, swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out with bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Copperheads trying to get to the top of the 9th and then have a safe ride home. Up 7-2 in today's ball game as the 2-2 pitch is taken outside, and oh look, Phil Glasser's worked himself a full count.
But yeah, talking about the analytics and stuff when it comes to baseball. I mean, you watch a major league game, they literally shift every pitch nowadays. It's crazy.
And I wonder if summer collegiate leagues would do so if they had the time, the money. There's now a foul ball from Phil Glasser. Count remains full. And the personnel, someone who can run the analytics for them. A lot of that information isn't available in summer collegiate leagues.
No, not at all. Believe me, we look. We try to figure it out sometimes, but
yeah,
got to have someone willing to keep track of it first.
We could eyeball it. There's a payoff pitch into Phil Glasser. Another foul ball off towards the left side and out of play. Count remains full to the batter, Phil Glasser. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 8th inning, Tanner Johnson was hit by a pitch. He's on 3rd. Back-to-back walks were then issued to Jared Hurd, who's on 2nd base, and Tanner Glass, the man at 1st. Phil Glasser worked himself a 3-2 count, trying to extend the Copperheads' lead after they got 1 run in the 7th, 1 run in the 8th. There's a payoff pitch, bounces in the turf. The lead is extended by the Copperheads. back up to 6. It's the Copperheads 8, the Xenia Scouts 2.
Yeah, and just really losing the zone here is Grantham. After he retired, Fabic on the fly out hits Tanner Johnson, then walks 3 in a row to walk in a run. Just really struggling to find the strike zone here.
3 straight walks by Keegan Grantham. He matches Garrett DeClue for the most walks allowed by a Xenia Scout pitcher in today's game. As the first pitch to Daniel Cruz, swung on and foul tipped. 0-1. Well, 1 the count, 1 out. Jared Hurd now advances from second to third. Tanner Glass goes to second base, and on first is Phil Glasser, with Daniel Cruz taking a pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. 0-2. Cruz today had a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the second, a double in the fourth, a single in the fifth, and grounded out to third back in the seventh. Is 2 for 3 in today's ball game with an RBI. 0-2 count. Grantham's pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Daniel Hurd goes down swinging for the second out at the bottom of the 8th inning.
Cruz had a nice day at the plate, just looked a little off balance on that at bat as Grantham finally able to find the strike zone, gets his first strike out of the game now. After be Gammon comes up with a big hit. Copperheads want to completely blow this game open. Already sitting pretty with a 6-run lead, but you could really stick the dagger in the Scouts. You can score a couple more runs here.
Well, Kyle Gammon is still looking for his first hit in a Copperheads uniform. A tough pitch to take, but it is called a strike. A nice curveball in the inside corner. Gammon today, 2 walks and a sacrifice fly as the ball goes all the way back to the backstop, gets away from the catcher Goodwin. Coming in to score is Jared Hurd. Copperheads back up to their 7-run lead. It's 9-2 in favor of Southern Ohio.
Yeah, it's another pitch getting away from Grantham. Hasn't really had it so far in this outing. Tough block there from the catcher Goodwin. Breaking pitch. Stayed away. Gets away from him. Easy trot home from Hurd.
So Hurd comes in to score. Advancing is Tanner Glass and Phil Glasser. With Kyle Gammon with a 1-1 count. Ball bounces in the turf. Quickly popping up out of his crouch is Goodwin. Locates the ball right underneath him. 2-1. Taking a look at the scoreboard around the league. And the GLSCL is now a ground ball over towards the left side. That one is fouled towards the left. Manager Austin Dunphy. Games are keeping an eye on Cincinnati Steam. Bottom 8 look like they're going to snap their losing streak. Steam up 3-0 on the Richmond Jazz. That game is yet to be completed. As a ball is thrown to Kyle Gammon. Counters run full with 2 runners on base here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 runs in, Copperheads 9, Xenia Scouts 2. It's a new ball game for the Hamilton Joes and Licking County Settlers. They're tied up at 6 as a payoff pitch into Kyle Gammon. Ball 4. It is the 4th walk allowed just in this inning.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Scouts want to change pitchers either. They just want to have Grantham get them through this last inning, then get into the 9th inning and, try to put together some kind of rally. Don't want to blow completely through the bullpen in game 1 of this 3-game series.
So Keegan Grantham is being hung out to dry. As the first pitch to Lucas Nasanti in for a called strike. Tried to hold back a swing, but it was called strike nonetheless. Nasanti today has 1 hit. Catcher's interference, a fielder's choice, a pop out to first, and a ground out to short as he swings and bounces one over into the dugout of the Xenia Scouts. Bounced off the bench in there and hits an assistant coach. No balls, 2 strikes to Lucas Nasanti. As Keegan Grantham with the bases loaded. The 0-2 pitch, line drive out into left field, falling fast, and they'll get down for an RBI hit. Could be 2. Rounding third and heading for home is Phil Glasser. Coming in to score was Tanner Glass. Phil Glasser, it's a 2 RBI single for Lucas Nasanti. Picks up his 2nd hit of the day and picks up RBIs 1 and 2 so far in the game for him.
Well, we saw his average is at 299, and, you got to get a base hit. You get it back over 300. That's where he wants to stay at as he ropes that one out in the left field. Puts a good swing on that 2-strike pitch to stay alive. Adds a couple of RBIs to his totals, and Nasante's really started to come into his own ever since being added up to the leadoff spot over this past week.
Well, Reese Trahey now batting from the left side. First pitch to Trahey, he swings and grounds it over towards the dugout for the Xenia Scouts. 0-1. 0-1 the count to Trahey, who is 1 for 4, the run scored and a walk in today's game, batting .273 as it stands, as the 0-1 is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-2. Southern Ohio Copperheads, they've tacked on 4 here in the bottom of the 8th. Have an 11-2 lead. Got a 7-run lead before the Xenia Scouts scored in back-to-back innings, just 1 run. Now have extended it to 9 as a 0-2 pitch is taken outside for ball 1.
For good measure, extended the lead out to 9.
Just for good measure.
Yeah, real good rebound after those tough couple losses to the Joes. Kind of took a couple on the chin.
Line drive right back up the middle. A ground ball gets all the way into center field. Holding off at third base would be Kyle Gammon. Gammon could have come in to score, but Austin Dunphy will have some mercy. As Lucas DeSanti stands on second, Reese Trahey stands on first. Bases loaded against Keegan Grantham yet again.
And now the guy who let it all off back up with one more shot to try to cash in on his birthday, pick up a couple RBIs.
Fabric does have a grand slam this season, and what a birthday gift that would be. As the first pitch to Fabric, he swings a big hack at it. 0-1.
And he was going for another one right there. Just kind of pulled the head out a little bit. Not a bad swing. Got to keep the head down, drive through the baseball.
0-1 the count to Fabric with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As a pitch from Grantham bounces in the turf. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fabric today 0 for 5. Batting average has dipped down to .366. Still pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah, not bad. Especially since he's batting .400, for the majority of the season. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. And now Fabric is in danger of going 0 for 6 today. A 1-2 count with 2 outs. Runners at every base. 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Copperheads 11, Xenia Scouts 2. The pitch from Keegan Grantham is outside and almost gets away from the catcher Goodwin. Count remains count goes to 2-2. Two count with 2 outs. Keegan Grantham giving up 4 earned runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As the pitch to Sebastian Fabric, it's a looper out into shallow right center field. Coming in to dive and make the catch, robbing Sebastian Fabric of an RBI, is Delanoy out in right. Copperheads batted around, scored 4 runs and extended the lead to 11-2 as they head into the top of the 9th inning for what should be the final frame of baseball here at Bob Wrenn Stadium. Copperheads look to get back in the win column and go to 18-15 on the season. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens, keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-35.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Copperheads 11, Xenia Scouts 2 at the end of the 8th inning. It's the Orange Crush race, but Ty Crittenberger decided to join the fun. Orange Crush did beat Crittenberger as well, but there was no lead for either of them. Crittenberger went a little bit later as he tried to catch the Orange Crush. 1-0 the count to the batter, Alan Goodwin. Goodwin on the day, 1 for 3 as he swings in a line drive out into left field, but Jared Hurd is ranging under, makes the catch for the first out. While recorded, Jacob Landley still out on the mound. As Landley gets a first out here in the top of the 9th inning.
Yep, quick and easy, couple pitches, gets the out. Trying to send us home happy once again, get the Copperheads back on a winning streak here as that pitch missed high for a ball 1-0.
Yep, 1-0 the count.
Didn't mean to overstep you there.
No worries. Fly ball out into left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder Lucas DeSanti into left center. Makes the catch, and now the Copperheads are 1 out away from getting into the win column for the first time in a couple days. Copperheads are on a 2-game skid right now. Both of the Hamilton Joes, but have a chance to take the game 1 of the 3-game series from the Xenia Scouts right here and right now. So Jared Eaton flies out to center field. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Jacob Landley looking to close things out. The first pitch into the leadoff man, Brett Williams, taken in for a called strike, 0-1. Brett Williams on the day, 1 for 4. Couple flyouts, 1 to center field, 1 to left. Struck out in the 5th, and then had a single his last time up as he swings and misses at the Jacob Landley fastball. Xenia Scouts are down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Copperheads 11, Xenia Scouts 2. Jacob Landley gets into his windup. The 0-2 pitch taken outside for ball 1. Close waist pitch from Jacob Landley. And he'll do it all over again. From the windup. The 1-2 pitch taken in for a called strike. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. Southern Ohio Copperheads take game 1 of the 3-game series from the Xenia Scouts by a score of 11-2. For the Copperheads, 11 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The Scouts, 2 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. The Xenia Scouts go down 1-2-3 here at the end of the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Jacob Landley just gives up 1 run in his debut for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and Zach Iverson picks up today's win. He goes a perfect 5-0 on the season as strikeouts up to 52, best for second in the GLSCL. But it's been a up and down past couple days for the Copperheads, and on a Friday night, they get the win.
Yep, that they did. I mean, you know, when Iverson's on the mound, you're gonna get a chance to win from your starting pitcher. So all you gotta do is produce offensively. And the Copperheads, they jumped out to an early 3-0, 4-0 lead after the first 4 innings. It kind of just coasted the rest of the way. Iverson did what he does. He throws strikes, gets guys out, gives you another 7-inning strong performance. And the bats were there tonight. They give you 11 runs on 12 hits. You know, just a good overall game. Yeah, you just want to come back and do it again tomorrow. Keep on gaining ground in the division standings.
The Dan Inman Electric Player of the Game goes to Jared Hurd. Hurd went 2 for 4 in today's ball game. 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and walked once, batting average at .271. Hurd has been tremendous to watch in today's ball game. For the Copperheads, they've scored runs in the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th, and the 8th to close out the victory in today's game. Once again, Zach Iverson, 5-0 in the season, picks up the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 run it was earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Ladley makes his debut, went 2 innings, gave up a hit, a run it was earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. The last strikeout to end the game, Garrett DeClue takes the loss. DeClue went 4 2/3, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. 3 walks and no strikeouts. He goes to 3-4 on the season. Post-game show coming up right after this. But for Joe Medor, this is Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. The Weaver manager Austin Dunphy, fresh off an 11-2 win over the Xenia Scouts. Coach dropped back-to-back over Hamilton these past 2 games. Talk about how big it was for you guys to jump out to that early lead here tonight and kind of just build off and coast from there.
Oh, man, it's huge. Get Zach Iverson back on the mound for us, who's been great all summer long. Just had to get our bats hot again, moving into the last 9 games of the season. So if you want to make a playoff run for a championship, this is the time you need to start getting hot. And those guys had 12 hits tonight. It could have been more. We got hit by a few pitches and finding a lot of different ways on base tonight, which is huge. Man, on-base percentage is one of the most overlooked categories, and we were on base a lot tonight. So that's huge for putting 11 runs on the board.
What you saw out of Ladley coming in there and making his first appearance for you guys this summer?
Man, he's a good kid. He seemed a little bit nervous when he first got out there. Hadn't thrown off a mound in a couple months, but he settled in there that 2nd inning. Realized he just needed to throw to contact a little bit. I saw him a little bit before the game down in the bullpen. He was throwing just about 75% off the mound, just letting it go a little bit. It was coming out of his hand really good. The breaking ball didn't look great, so I was a little bit nervous, and he got on the mound, and, man, that thing was night and day difference from the bullpen to the game mound. It was sharp, firm, had a lot of depth to it, and he was getting guys to swing through it, swing and miss, and then getting them to pop up and ground out on his fastball. So, man, glad we added that kid. He's going to be an asset for us moving forward.
Talk about how nice it is for you guys to be able to control your own destiny here so late in the season. A lot of teams right now kind of jam-packed in the South Division, separate only by a couple games, but you guys are in the driver's seat right now. So talk about how good that feeling is for you.
Man, that's exactly what you want. The last thing you want as a team trying to make a playoff push is to hope other teams do something. Kind of puts a little sick feeling in the bottom of your stomach that, man, this weird perfect storm has to work out for us to make a chance. But we've got 2 more games against Xenia, who we've been playing well against this summer so far. And then we have Licking County coming up right after the All-Star break, who's ahead of us right now. So if we can take care of business with them, it should kind of slingshot us ahead of them and then we got 3 more with Richmond after that. So we have every capability of just winning enough games to put ourselves in first place without having to worry about what other teams are doing.
One more question, just asking, talking about Jared Hurd, how hot he's been over these past few games. I noticed you moved him up to 5 in the lineup tonight, and it paid off for you. I mean, he got off to the slow start, but he's really come around nicely throughout the last month of the year.
Yeah, and he's a great kid too. I like talking to him. He and I talk about it every day. And he saw the lineup posted before the game. Coach, 5-hole? I haven't been there all year. He's usually hovering around the 8 or 9 spot because he's a left-handed swinger and he can run a little bit. So you want him to turn the lineup over from the left-hand side of the plate. Man, we played in Cincinnati. He was red hot. Took his batting average from below 100, and I think he's mid 200s right now. Like, jumped a bunch of batting average points in a short amount of time. And he went 0 for 3 his last game, and he mentioned that when he saw he was hitting 5. I was like, hey, man, you've been playing well. He's like, well, we went 0 for 3 last time. I was like, I got a good feeling about you. Like, this is your spot. You're playing really, really well right now, regardless of 0 for 3 the last game. Like, that's just one game. Like, you're good enough. Things are going to work out in your favor. Just keep grinding away. And he's continuing to have good games, and I love watching it out of good players and good kids like him.
Only one player of the game in tonight's ball game. Coach, thank you for joining us on the post-game show. When we return, Connor Mills will have an interview with Jared Hurd, who's the player of the game, when we return here on the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back to the Southern Ohio Copperheads post-game show. Joined with me now is the Dan Inman Electric Player of the Game, Jared Hurd. Jared, 3 runs scored today. Officially, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. You were really feeling it at the plate, and you got moved up to the 5-hole. What was your first reaction when you saw that you got moved up?
So, first reaction was I was just really surprised. I talked to Coach, and I've been hitting 9-hole for the past, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 games. And he moved me up to the 5-hole. He's like, just keep doing good, and you'll keep moving up. So, really surprised that I moved up that game, but it all worked out in the end.
You know, you had some early season struggles. Batting average was low.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
But what changes did you make to get to the point where you're at right now?
Well, really it was just getting the feel. I mean, coming from a smaller school, you don't see the pitching that you're facing here. So, I mean, just a couple of changes actually after I got up to speed with everything. I mean, started working out. Also, I think wood bats changed the game, and once I got used to swinging a wood instead of using like the metal and composite bats that we used in college, I mean, everything picked up.
It almost seems like every single game that Iverson pitches, Copperheads are in it. They're winning. Iverson's 5-0 in the season. How fun is it to play behind someone who just dominates on the mound like that?
It's great to play behind somebody like that. I mean, there's some pitchers in this league, and I'm not trying to like diss on anybody, but I mean, obviously there's some teams that they struggle with pitching. I mean, for a while we struggled with it too because not so much the accuracy standpoint, but we don't have as many guys as some people, so we struggled with innings throwing pitchers, and he really comes in. If he can throw 6 to almost to a complete game, I mean, it's a real game changer.
Have you met? Well, what have been the guys that are coming in and pitching? How are the guys fitting in with the team? How are they all molding together as the season really on the latter end?
I mean, I think everybody's fitting in. I mean, everybody's trying to back everybody up, and I mean, everybody's just trying to do their best out there. So, yeah, some people may struggle, but we always find a way to back them up, and we'll come back and play a good game for them.
Well, Copperheads take this game by a score of 11-2. Copperheads now with a record of 18-15. Xenia Scouts are 2 more games before heading into All-Star break. Jared Hurd, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on Dan Inman Player of the Game. We'll let you eat your food now, and thanks for joining. For Joey Medora, Austin Dunphy, and Jared Hurd, this is Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:05.